Welcome to Patriot Stadium for the home opener of the 9-time state champions, Wayne Hills Patriots. I'm Francesco Terranova, and I'm pleased to be joined this year in the broadcast booth with Jared Pohl and Dylan Orren King. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another season of Patriot football. So today we are starting with a 1-1 record here after a tough loss in Ohio, being shut out of state, but coming back to Ramapo, really looking like a tough game, being down 21-0, but then a crucial interception in the end zone, preventing a 28-0 deficit, allowed the Patriots to come back and ultimately win that one, 29-24. So definitely coming off a great win at Ramapo, and now they're faced with Roxbury, and this Roxbury team has always given Wayne Hills problems, and for one of the reasons that we found out interviewing them, we talked to a few of their players, and when we asked them what's their game plan for Wayne Hills, all they could say was, we play hard football. Dylan, what's your thoughts on Roxbury and their answers to our questions?
Well, when I spoke to the coaches at Roxbury, they seemed to pretty much laugh and say, we play hard football, expect to see a good show out there. Really, I'm going to expect a lot from their run game, especially with what they did last game and how many times they used the run. But their pass game has something to show. They only threw about 6 times with a 50% completion rate, but every single one that they threw was a bomb downfield when they were caught. So I'm looking forward to seeing this offense that they got here.
Yeah, definitely. Roxbury really solely a rushing offense with 8 different guys totaling up to 268 yards. Donovan Brady, their quarterback, had a few of those rushing yards, but mainly he's just handing it off. Unlike the Wayne Hills Patriots, who has Jaron Hayek, generally what we saw has been almost the entire offense for the Wayne Hills Patriots, excluding Michael Joyce, the other running back. Jared, what are your thoughts on Jaron and how he's handled this offense so far 2 games into the season?
Well, Jaron Hayek, although he wasn't able to put any points on the board the first game, we saw throughout the season, the 2 games, he put up 300 yards both in the air and on the ground. So expect to see a lot of him. The ball's going to be in his hands a lot.
Yeah, I talked to Demikoff, and we'll actually see what your interview with him. But I talked to him on the field before we came on live, and he talked about how he definitely made a few new passing plays, gave more opportunities for Jaron to show off his athleticism, because Jaron, besides Jason Modak, is arguably the most athletic player on that football field, not only for the Patriots, but between both teams tonight. So we're definitely going to be calling out his name a lot, along with Michael Joyce. Michael Joyce, a big running back, with the loss of Jojo Mangelli and Adam Abita. Now he's going to be the running back all the time. So prior to all these injuries to the tailback position, he was supposed to only be really at the goal line because of his size, definitely push through a lot of blockers, as many as he can. So now that he's in this position full time, some of the questions are stamina and things like that. Dylan, you know a lot about Michael Joyce. What are your thoughts on him?
Well, I do know a lot about Michael Joyce, and one thing I can tell you, a lot of people weren't expecting to see him on the field. He's only a sophomore, not a lot of raw experience there, but he come out and he proved everybody wrong, showing with speed, stamina, agility, able to see blockers and able to see rushing lanes and able to get right through there and pound the defenders with everything he's got. I mean, he had 3 touchdowns versus Ramapo, and if you look at the film, he was in control of the whole game when it came to the second half, and if it wasn't for him, Wayne Hills probably would have lost that game.
Yeah, definitely. You could definitely make that argument. Like you said, Michael Joyce, 3 touchdowns, had a real breakout game. So far, he has 100 yards on the season this year. So he's at the triple-digit mark, especially when he probably wouldn't have expected that probably throughout the whole season before all these injuries happened. So 3 touchdowns, and now he faced a Ramapo team that, for the first half, really looked unbeatable. With their 21-0 lead and just the way they played compared to Wayne Hills, really outmatched them in every aspect of the game. You didn't really see Wayne Hills there all that much. And and also talking to Demikoff, he stated that I asked for what are their 3 goals today, and one of them was that they need a play of all 4 quarters. They did not do that last week, so definitely that will help. Michael Joyce with the running game should definitely make that happen with more confidence, and definitely facing a not as experienced D-line as we saw against Ramapo. They really tried shutting down Jaron as much as they could. What's it called? Jared, what are your thoughts on Jaron's performance last game, specifically against Ramapo?
Well, I think that what happened was he got to a little bit of a slow start the first quarter, maybe the first half. We saw towards the second quarter, the end of the second quarter, he really gained his confidence, and we really saw that running the ball, doing short passes, kind of running a West Coast style offense. That was really his bread and butter. We saw him have a lot of confidence. We even saw him implement the jump throw. So it should be interesting to see how he does this game if that confidence is still there.
Yeah, last week we only saw a few passing plays. Tonight should be expecting a few more with guys like Charles Njoku, Zach Zachman should be getting more work. Nick Casantis, also one of the wide receivers, along with Justin Vorbuth, the sophomore, who I think stunned everyone with making the starting lineup for the past few games. Moving on, Dylan, anything you'd like to add before we go off here?
Well, one thing I'd like to add is the performance given by Jason Modak during the Rampo game. He had 12 total tackles, 2 sacks, and a safety on that game. I'm expecting a lot from him this year and in this game in general. Coming in at home, finally, after 2 games, one coming off a big loss, one coming off a really good win. I'm expecting a lot from him.
Yeah, I think the formula for Wayne Hill's success this year is great defense every game like we saw in the second half against Ramapo, and then being able to put in 1 or 2 touchdowns to be able to have a lead. That defense could definitely shut most high school teams down to about 1 touchdown, possibly less. So as long as Jaron and Michael Joyce can, and possibly some wide receivers can figure it out, just get a few points on the board, they could definitely be looking at a bunch of wins this season. Jared, anything you'd like to add?
Yes, I'd like to add that I had a conversation with the wide receivers coach, Mr. Peischel, and he said that they really wanted to get the ball into Charles Njoku's hands. He said that he wasn't really utilized enough the first 2 games, and we saw the way they utilized his brother Evidence last year. He's a monster. You put a guy over 6 feet tall, has intense, insane speed. I think they're going to be able to do something with him this game. I think he's a player to look out for.
Yeah, last year we saw Evidence Njoku in the first game of the season really struggle and absolutely surprise everyone in the stands, everyone watching on TV, really surprised them on his lack of performance in the first game. But then right after that, we saw a huge turnaround with Evidence. Hopefully we see that tonight with Charles not necessarily struggling, but just not getting the looks that I think his athleticism definitely deserves. So we could see that tonight, them doing the same thing there with Charles definitely getting a lot more looks, a lot more targets, everything that he can to give the ball in his hand. So we're going to talk about now, really quick, injuries. The biggest injury of the year, I'd say, was Jojo Mongelis. Was expected to be the star running back to replace the great Luca Grave, and really had enough athleticism to probably not even feel like a loss. He's just such a good runner, a lot of power behind him. So with that injury, then they had Adam Abita in, and then he dislocated his shoulder. Now with the timetables on these returns, return around the end of the regular season, the latest, the start of the playoffs. Hopefully if the Patriots can get the amount of wins they need to make the playoffs this year. Adam Abita could be expected around the bye week, the week after, obviously. And Dylan, what are your thoughts on these injuries and how Wayne Hills has dealt with them?
Well, you know, right now, they put on Michael Joyce on the field, and frankly, I'm real happy with his performance. I think he's doing really well. So I think that when JoJo and Adam Abita, they're really good players, but I really think that if Michael Joyce is playing to this caliber and is going to continue on going through this throughout the regular season, I think they just stick with Michael Joyce. I think they keep him on the field, they keep rushing down the field with Michael Joyce, and keep scoring touchdowns with him.
Yeah, that's definitely a great point. Definitely possibly split it with Adam Abita when he comes back for stamina reasons. Definitely have 2 strong running backs back there. Well, that's all about the time we have here in the booth. Kickoff is only minutes away, but before we head to break, Dylan had an opportunity to sit down and talk to Coach Demikoff about the Patriots' 1-1 start.
All right, thanks, Frankie. I'm here with Coach Demikoff, and I'll be asking him some questions about so far going on in the season, some upcoming matches. And, Coach, thanks for taking the time to see me today.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get right into the first question here. So, the opening game of the season, you guys started out in the Hall of Fame Stadium where NFL pros and legends have played through multiple games happening before. How was it like going there?
The experience of going out there and traveling with the kids is a great experience. I mean, obviously, you're going to a place where the NFL has played and the Hall of Fame is there. It doesn't get any better than that. We would have liked to have performed better on the field, but the trip as a whole was great for the kids. Just the game wasn't what we wanted it to be.
Well, let's talk about the game for a little bit. So it ended up being a 38-0 loss against Canton McKinley. And since then, what have you been doing to improve the team so far?
Well, I mean, we're playing with a lot of underclassmen. We're a young team right now, and just practicing every day, making sure that we're lined up right and playing our techniques right. I think that's kind of where we're focusing on it. And as those kids get more game experience, we'll see less and less mistakes going forward.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about a game with not a lot of mistakes going into the second half, which was the Ramapo game last week, where we won 29-24 after coming back from a 14-point deficit. So what happened in that game?
We were actually down 21-0 in the first half. We didn't play well in the first half, or we made mistakes, and we got a little bit of momentum before halftime. We had an interception right before halftime by one of our sophomores, Justin Borabuth. Kind of gave us a lift, and we went in halftime, felt confident, and played much better in the second half.
Well, talking about the second half, one of the better players on that second half was Michael Joyce, 24 carries, 96 yards, and 3 touchdowns. What did you think about his performance?
He's another one of those young kids. I mean, he's a sophomore running back that, really the lights came on, and he played well. And we're excited to see his development, and are going to continue to watch him grow through the season.
About another player who's continuing to go throughout the season and has also played really well in the Ramapo game was Jason Modak, who had 12 total tackles, 2 sacks, and a safety. What do you think about his performance?
Yeah, Jason's solid. Every game, doesn't matter if it's Canton McKinley, Ramapo, on both sides of the ball and on special teams, he brings his A game all the time. So he's one of those kids that we rely on to. We talk about it with our kids all the time. We need our marquee players to play great in these games, and he certainly is one of those kids that does that.
Well, one of those marquee players right now is actually somebody that I had a lot of concerns with first, was Jaron Hayek, who you currently have starting at quarterback. Now, you've got a lot of other quarterbacks on there, J.P. Lemchek and Anthony Casasanta. What made you with the decision to go with Jaron?
Jaron's one of our better athletes, and we wanted to get the ball in his hands as much as we possibly could. And it just came down to us, looking at him and saying, every snap the quarterback gets the ball, and we thought that would put pressure on defenses and would help our running game in our offensive line, being able to have 2 threats back there. Jaron, when he gets the ball in his hand, you have to pay attention to him. Defensively, I know what that's like, trying to stop a kid that's the running quarterback that can throw it as well. It's not easy.
Absolutely, and you talked about the offensive line. You brushed on it for a second. One of the big injuries this year, so far at least, has been Bensi Polgar, who was the starting left tackle last year. Can you tell me anything about his injury? Or
he's back. I mean, he's practicing.
Back?
Yeah, he's going to play tonight, and we're excited to have him back, and we're happy that it wasn't anything serious, and he's ready to go.
Now, talking about some other players on the team, Captain Dario Cerny, he didn't actually get a snap at running back during the Ramapo game, even though he's one of the captains. Can you tell me anything about that?
He's so valuable right now to us as a kicker, especially with Bensi being hurt. Bensi was our kickoff guy, and now Dario's doing that in the extra points. Dario's a kid we have a lot of confidence in, too. Just, last week without having another kid, he became, that field position became a big thing for us, a big concern for us against Ramapo.
Absolutely, especially with Giorgio Mangelli also being injured, being running back.
Correct.
So, another thing that was going on this year was that there was a lot of talk about this team maybe not being as good as last year, especially losing some players such as Brendan DeVera, both the Hayeks, Evidence Njoku. Do you think this team is still as good just as it was last year?
Yeah, I think we're going to get better. I mean, again, like I said, we're young. We're going to get better as the season goes on. As we get more game experience, those younger kids become more experienced players, more used to the bright lights being on. I think they'll get more and more comfortable. I disagreed with a lot of people in the offseason. I said, you're not going to be as good. Our offensive line, we're bringing 4 kids back, 4 starters from last year's offensive line. That's big. I mean, we're going to go as those kids go. And, we've been solid up there so far, and we hope to continue to get better.
Absolutely. Now, your next opponent is Roxbury, who you will be facing tonight. Can you tell me about anything that you're planning to do against them?
They're a good program. They're a good team. They run the wing tee. They run it very well. We've had some big battles with them over the last couple of years. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a good test for us.
Absolutely. Now, my last question for you is that this team is very good and is one of the best in Wayne, New Jersey right now, and generally in the state is considered to be one of the best teams. Should we be thinking about going to the state championships again?
The goal every year for us is, going to and winning the state championship. We don't focus on winning a game versus a team or this. Our goal every year is to win the state championship, period.
All right, thank you for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to send it back to you guys. Enjoy the game.
Serving of respect by all those in attendance. Let us all comply with these simple requests. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game. Good evening once again. Let us now introduce the Wayne Hills Patriots starting defensive lineup. At defensive end, number 57, Jason Modak, number 57. Defensive tackle, number 75, Mike Broadshot, number 75. Defensive tackle, number 56, Pete Belichai, number 56. Defensive end, number 61, Joe Rundy, number 61. At linebacker, number 6, Nick Elshamus, number 6. At linebacker, number 63, Mike Zacone, number 63. At linebacker, number 3, Anthony Pontalillo, number 3. At linebacker, number 54, Ben Kurtzer, number 54. At cornerback, number 15, Patrick Orapello, number 15. At safety, number 5, Zach Zachman, number 5. And at quarterback, number 11, Jaron Hayek, number 11. And let's welcome the rest of the Patriots squad. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please rise. Monday, September the 11th. Monday, September the 11th, commemorated the passage of 16 years since that tragic and infamous date of September the 11th, 2001, when our nation came under terrorist attack. The enormity of that tragedy and that date takes on significant meaning when we reflect on the number of lives lost encompassing the township of Wayne as well as neighboring communities. Let us take a few moments to reflect on the events of that day and to honor the who lost their lives at the World Trade Center, Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and the Pentagon. We honor the memory of Wayne residents Gene De Palma, Barry Glick, and Leo Roberts. Wayne Valley graduates Paul Aquaviva and Greg Froner, and our own Wayne Hills alumni, Danny Afflito and Robert Delaney. We also remember from the Roxbury Township School District, residents Joseph DeLuca and Kenneth Albert Zellman. Let us now observe 11 seconds of silence as we remember. Respectful silence, please. Thank you. And now we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Wayne Hills Patriot Band under the direction of Eddie Essie and Matt Paterno.
welcome back to Patriots Stadium as we get ready for kickoff. The marching band gave a great rendition of the national anthem led by Max Seplow at the tuba. So we're here at Patriots Stadium looking for a great game tonight. The Wayne Hills Patriots, 1 win and 1 loss on the season. A tough loss in Ohio this year and a great win against Ramapo. The Roxbury Gales, 1-0. One of the big differences in this game is that Roxbury's only played 1 game, while Wayne Hills has played in 2 as captains meet in the center. Jared, what are some X factors that you have for this game?
Well, I think the X factor for the Patriots is going to be stopping the Gales on defense. They really only run. We don't see a lot of passing plays from them. So the key to the game is making sure that they can pick up on their T-wing style offense. They can stop the run.
Yeah, definitely. If you could stop the run against Roxbury, you guys are definitely in good shape. Similarly, could be said for Wayne Hills, with a lot, if not all, of their offense last week was on the ground with only a few passing plays for less than 100 yards. I believe the number was 64 for last week. So similarly for Roxbury, their game plan should definitely be to try and stop the run. They just don't have the passing game that they had last year with Brendan DeVera. Jared, anything else you'd like to add before game time as they finish the coin toss?
I'd like to mention that the Roxbury starting quarterback last year and the first game this year, who's Donovan Brady, he's actually injured this game, so we're going to see a substitution at quarterback.
Oh, okay, so Donovan Brady will be out for this game. We'll find out who that substitution will be once the game starts. So referees are meeting in the center. And like we said in the beginning, one of the big goals tonight is to play all 4 quarters, and we'll immediately get a taste of that when we have the kickoff. So here at Wayne Hills, a lot of tradition here. So I believe Wayne Hills has chosen to kick, similarly to Bill Belichick is known for, always choosing to kick whenever he can. Dario, we saw from 40 yards, his kickoffs, he got perfectly within the 5 nearly every single time. So definitely looking to do that today as Roxbury will begin to set up. Student section all in action, cheerleaders putting on a show, and the marching band doing what they've done best throughout Wayne Hills history.
Yes, Roxbury receives very loud.
Special teams getting set. Now today, one of the biggest things we're looking for is the passing game from Jaron Hayek. We heard that Demikoff is having a few more, that Demikoff put in a few new plays for them. Hopefully we get to see this. Dario lining up the kick. And the kick is off and the game has begun. Roxbury fielding it perfectly in the 5. What a great kick by Dario Cerny. Out at the 20 and stopped just before the 25. A little bit of scuffling to start the game here between Roxbury and Wayne Hills. That was number 16, Michael Rooms. We saw him a few times last year make some great plays, and now he is a captain for the Roxbury Gales.
He should definitely be one of the impact players for them, and because they run the T-wing offense that runs through running backs, he's probably going to be their star player this game.
Yeah, definitely. So Roxbury lines up. Let's see who's going to be behind at quarterback. And it looks like it's going to be Nick Dana, number 10, at quarterback. And they hand it off. Wouldn't expect much else from their offense. And it's senior Michael Rooms on the carry, number 16. Michael Rooms, we saw last year when Wayne Hills played Roxbury, was a lot of their offense. Mainly, I believe that game, it was almost all of it. They rarely passed. They ran the wing T offense like we were going to see tonight. So Roxbury really not that dynamic between last year and this year. So whatever preparation Wayne Hills did last year to pull off the win, they should definitely do it again this year because it did have a lot of success. And they'll run it again to the fullback. And Roxbury gains about 4. So right now they're at a 2nd and 4 situation, a 3rd and 4 situation. And it looks like someone on the Wayne Hills defense is in excruciating pain. They can barely walk. And I believe that is Anthony Puntalillo. Struggling to stay standing. And he falls to his knees. So the referees call a timeout. And so we have a stoppage of time. And number 1, Ludwig Nassif has come in.
it's definitely not good to see one of the better players on Wayne Hills, Anthony Pontilillo, go down, especially this early in the game.
Yeah, definitely one of the better linebackers on the team. Anthony Pontilillo, definitely a big guy, has a lot of athleticism, can definitely do a lot defensively for the Patriots. Not one of the most mobile defenders, but can definitely rush the passer and make a lot of pressure happen.
Yeah, if I think I remember correctly, I think he had a sack last game. We see that Modak has definitely gotten to the quarterbacks a bunch of times this year. I think he has 5 sacks in the season. Only other guys to get to the quarterback this season.
Yeah, definitely. So a great play for Wayne Hills this year that's coming off and unable to put pressure on that left foot. Really struggling here. Needs a lot of help to get off the field. This will be a tough loss if he is unable to come back to this game, or possibly if this injury becomes long-term.
It's definitely unfortunate to see a player like that go down, but as we've seen with Wayne Hills in the past, when a star player goes down, a good player goes down, it's the next man up mentality. We saw last year Zacone at linebacker got hurt, but the next guy up came in and performed well.
Yeah, and that next guy up was actually Anthony Pontilillo. So now someone's going to have to take his spot for the time being. So unable to lead the field on his own power. Roxbury now faced with a 3rd and 4. Nick Dana under center, the junior. And they a handoff and a trick play, Wildcat here. And they gain about 1 to 2 yards. That was a great read by the Wayne Hills defense. Dario Cerny coming in. Scott Fishgrun coming in. Special teams players in for the punt. Justin Borbooth.
Should be interesting to see if Roxbury's approach changes, because I remember the playoff game we played against them last year. They were behind by a lot very early, and they kind of deviated from their, the wing T offense. They tried passing it more, so it should be interesting to see if they deviate, if Wayne Hills put a little pressure early.
Yeah, they definitely had to deviate because it just wasn't working last year, and we could find the same thing happen again this year. So a timeout for Roxbury. I would not be surprised here with the way their offense is run if we see a trick play here and them come off with a 1st down here. So Roxbury could be definitely deadly when it comes to special teams. They may be a team that decides to use all 4 downs throughout the game. We see high school teams in the South do that, where they just never punt. They always use all 4 downs because it increases their chances to get a 1st down. So Roxbury could definitely take advantage of that with their type of offense and their running game, how effective it is.
They would definitely catch Wayne Hills off guard with something like that, but I think it's too early and they're too far back in their own side of the field to try doing something as risky as that right now.
Yeah, definitely. So, and the snap. And the punt's about 40 yards, 30, 40 yards. Jaron Hay gets it, jukes out a man, pulls up field, and is taken down for about a 7-yard punt return. So making way past that one defender allowed Jaron to get 3 to 4 more yards. Jaron Hayek, also one of the taller players on the team besides Charles Njoku, brother of Wayne Hills alumni Evidence Njoku, now playing at the University of Miami, a great school for all NFL-bound players. So Jaron starts off in shotgun, similar to Roxbury. And it's a handoff. No, fake play option. Jaron Hayek stayed in the pocket for a really long time, and he makes a run upfield, 10, 20 yards, 30 yards, jukes a man out, stays in bounds, and falls out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. Jaron Hayek, what a great read there. Stayed in right there. That was a perfect play from Jaron Hayek. We saw him stay in the pocket, remain in there, even under pressure. 3 guys around him, really all within arm's length. He stayed in there, looked for an open man. When he didn't find it, he saw the whole left half of the field wide open and used his athleticism to take advantage of that. The only thing that he has to do in the future now is to possibly find an open man between Charles and Zach Zachman. Definitely a great job there by Jaron Hayek. And I don't think Roxbury was even expecting a pass play, especially to start off the game. Maybe they wanted Wayne Hills to start off strong with a run, but turned out they were able to do it with a passing play. So handoff to Michael Joyce. Michael gets to the outside and is taken down for about a 4 to 5 yard gain. So now Wayne Hills within the red zone on 2 plays so far tonight. The defense has just played a huge role. Really, and no one really thinks about it, but the Wayne Hills defense with a quick 3 and out. Put Wayne Hills in a great position just inside their own half of the field. And now they're within the red zone in only 2 plays with their electric offense that they're showing right now. Jaren Hayek in the shotgun, and he takes it himself, plows through a man, and is stopped, and I believe that'll be a first down, but it'll be cutting it close. No, he has it, so he moves the chains. And they're within the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Patriots. The fake plays are tricking out the Roxbury defense. They want to play hard football, but they are not playing smart football right now, allowing some big plays from the players like Jaren Hayek and Mike Joyce.
I'm not sure if they're really expecting someone like Jaren Hayek that fast to be playing quarterback.
And Mike Joyce is motion, but Jaren Hayek runs up the middle and gets about 5 yards. So he is now at the 5-yard line. And Wayne Hills continuously moving the ball effectively. Here averaging about 8 to 9 yards per play.
Should be interesting to see if they give it a Joyce, because we saw in the last game against Ramapo, when they're in this area within the 10-yard line, it's really been Michael Joyce's ball. As we saw, he scored 3 touchdowns last week.
So with Michael Joyce in the backfield, we could see a running play up the gun. Could see them go with the quick pass, Mike Joyce in motion, and they do a screen pass to him. He tries running up the middle, but falls, loses balance, and gets just back to the line of scrimmage. So Mike Joyce with a reception, but no yards on. Tough play there for Michael Joyce as the defender just got enough of him to make him fall.
It's definitely a tough break for him. It should be interesting. It looks like they're lining Njoku all the way out to the right. I'd like to see him throw maybe a fade pass to him. I think that would be something that they could definitely utilize with his height.
Number 5, Zach Zachman coming off for Ahan Mohanty. Wide receiver position, showing a substitution here. Maybe this is for the purpose of blocking abilities here with such a close play. Or maybe we could be seeing Ahan Mohanty get a throw here from Jaren Hayek, but possibly very rare. So it'll be a timeout for the Patriots. Definitely need to talk this over because you do not want to lose this 3rd and goal opportunity.
It should be interesting to see if they're trying to go for a run play or a passing play, because they're not really close enough where they could punch it in right up the middle. But I think that they should take a shot, maybe like a pass.
Well, this play will definitely be really telling on what we're going to see more of tonight. Whether Coach Demikoff is going to pull out one of his passing plays that he's found near the end zone, because through football, it's extremely difficult to just run the ball all the way up to the end zone. It's really easy to get to the end zone, but to rush the ball into the end zone. Maybe a high school football is a lot easier, but throughout football, it's definitely much more difficult to rush it than pass it here. So possibly a quick pass play to Njoku. We did see a screen with Mike Joyce, so that may have been the play they hoped would work out, but tough break for number 31. So the offense sets back up. Jaren Hayek under shotgun as usual. Only was under center about 3 times against Ramapo. And rolling right, Jaren Hayek possibly looking to run, pulls up middle, tries pushing through, and it looks like he is stopped just at the 1-yard line. So it'll be extremely interesting here to see what Coach Demikoff decides to do here. He has one of the best kicker in all of New Jersey in Dario Cerny, and it looks like Wayne Hills will stay here at the 1-yard line. So with a 4th and goal situation, Wayne Hills here looking to score a touchdown and take a preferably strong lead, especially with the defensive showing we saw on their first on Roxbury's first drive.
Yeah, I think their defense is going to be key to this game, because Roxbury has been able to stop them. I mean, they were able to get down the field, but they've been really tough in this goal line area. Should be interesting to see what happens on this play, though, actually.
And the snap called by Jaren Hayek, and he just pushes through. Too easy for Jaren Hayek, and Wayne Hills is up 7-0 on Roxbury. Wayne Hills' offense really handling the Roxbury defense. Their goal line defense for Roxbury a little bit effective, but as we see here, Wayne Hills pulled through, and it took all 4 downs to get it done. So Dario Cerny, the sure kicker, is going to kick for the extra point. I believe he only missed 1 or 2 in all of last season. And Dario Cerny holds the state record for most field goals in a game with, I believe, 7. And the snap, Dario Cerny with the kick, and it is good. So Dario Cerny, short from extra point. It is now 7-0. Wayne Hills over Roxbury with 6:25 left in the first.
Man, is it great to have a kicker like him. I remember we were watching before the game him warm up. He's just incredible. He just kicks the ball like it seems like the entire football field.
Dario Cerny has the power to kick about 55 yards based on what we saw in warm-ups. Really shooting it down there. So that drive, 7 plays for 52 yards. That 52 yards allowing a touchdown, all in thanks to the defense, putting the offense in absolutely great position. So Dario getting ready to kick off from the 40-yard line. Looks to have another great kick, well within the 5 like he did last time to Michael Brooms. Roxbury set up to receive. Wayne Hills showing a lot of improvement from against Ramapo. So far they've played definitely an entire quarter for what they have been in so far. So a low kick from Dario. It's going to be within the 5 again, but they're going to let it go for a touchback. So Roxbury will start on their own half of the field. Wayne Hills defense looks to make another 3 and out, as they did last time around. DN Jason Modak and Joe Rondi look to put more pressure on Michael Rooms if he does ever drop back to pass. We talked to the coach for Roxbury before the game, and they said that they're nothing special. That they're only really doing is run plays, trying to do as many trick ways as they can as Nick Dana under center. And hand off to Michael Rooms, and he is stopped short for about a 2-yard gain, if that. So great job there by the Wayne Hills defense here. Number 4, Kevin Sembrat, we saw with a few good plays last year against Wayne Hills. Could be seeing him here again tonight. He is covered by Jaron Hayek. Probably won't be seeing such until later, but definitely a factor here for Roxbury. They did deviate from it in the playoffs last year.
I think that's because Wayne Hills forced them to. Let's see if they can get a couple more stops. They can force them to pass because that's not really where they're comfortable.
Yeah, I think if they get... Oh, and a pass play here from Nick Dana. He throws it sideline. Nick Dana unable to... Kevin Sembrat unable to get it. So as we were talking about him, Kevin Sembrat gets a look, and it looks like he's really the only wide receiver they have. Nick Dana was looking at him the whole way.
Yeah, nothing going on with that play right there.
Yeah, nothing much there. So Wayne Hills with a 3rd and 10 situation as the run by Michael Rumes had nothing on the carry. The Wayne Hills student section nearly filling up their whole side of the bleachers, which is always great to see. Weather's not too bad here, and another pass from Nick Dana to Kevin Sembrat. Has some room, but he cannot bring in the pass. Number 15, Patrick Orlapello on the coverage, and that's a great job. Perfect coverage there. Patrick Orlapello really step for step until the last second. Slightly underthrown by Nick Dana. Just a rookie mistake there. Should have let his guy, Kevin Sembrat, get more distance on him. But Patrick Orlapello put his hands up perfectly and was able to get the pass out of Kevin's hands.
Nice job by him, and now we see Jaron Hayek back to return for the Patriots. And what's interesting is, I don't think I've ever seen, even at the high school level, someone starting quarterback out to return punts. Have you seen that before, Frankie?
Actually, no, I don't think I have. Not many, really. I've seen quarterbacks actually kick the punt, as we saw last year with Brendan DeVera. A great snap, and Michael Rumes with the kick, and it lands at around the 47, and it's a really good roll here for Michael Rumes around the 26-yard line. Kevin Sembre will down it, so Wayne Hills will start in their own half. Not the greatest position, but a really good kick. Really good roll, too, by Michael Rumes as it stayed just in bounds. But another 3 and out here by Roxbury. We did see a change in plays as they decided to pass rather than run the ball as they did.
Yeah, that was a very weird series of play because we saw from the stats that Roxbury's only thrown the ball. They've only completed passes 6 times a year. And how many did we see there? 2? 3?
We've already seen 2 pass plays, a third of what they've done last game, and it's only about a few minutes in, really. Mike Joyce trying to power through a defender, but number 8, Mike Christiansen, has them all wound up. So Mike Joyce only with a really 2 to 3 yard carry there. Strong run, but really overpowered there by Christiansen, number 8 on Roxbury. Justin Vorbuth there near the sideline. Charles Njoku all the way on the outside, and Zach Zachman, similar to Julian Edelman, in the slot. So Jaron Haig takes it himself, but runs into his own man, Jason Modak. Jason Modak unhappy with what happened. He's calling for a flag there. Looked like a holding penalty. That was definitely extremely awkward what I saw there, but not sure what to make of it.
Looks like Coach Demikoff is a little livid on the sidelines. Looks like he's looking for a call.
Looks like Jason Modak was flipped, actually. If we, based on what I saw there on a replay, Jason Modak looked like the guy lifted from under him and absolutely flipped him. So Jason Modak rightfully calling for a flag there. But now Charles Njoku on the sideline and Justin Vorbuth up top. No slot receiver. They add an extra defender on the line. Jaron Hayek looking to pass there for Charles. Great pass to Charles Njoku, but he just cannot reel it in too far on the sideline. Could not keep the feet down and could not reel the ball in. That was a very good pass by Jaron Hayek, but it is 3 and out for Wayne Hills as they're faced with a 4th and 8 situation with 3:46 left to go.
Really liking the aggressive play style from Coach Demikoff. We haven't not really seen Charles Njoku get to look that far down the field, so eventually they'll connect on something like that, and it'll definitely boost their confidence on running plays such as those.
Charles Njoku definitely going to have to take advantage of every target he gets because he will not be seeing many throughout. Right now we see number 3, Anthony Pantalillo, being taken to the locker room for continued screening. Michael Rumes gets the fair catch at 35. Nick Azzapardi met him right there as he caught the ball. So the Wayne Hills defense looking for a 3rd straight 3 and out as they are just on fire tonight, allowing about less than 10 yards in total worth of offense between the 2 drives.
Well, that's what's going to happen when you have an offense that really only runs. And what's interesting to see is that when Roxbury's been faced with 3rd and long, they have passed, and that's not really something you could do in an offense like theirs where it's 3rd and long, you're forced to pass, and that's definitely not a situation they're comfortable with. So I like what the Patriots are doing. They're definitely getting in the backfield, making sure that they have to pass the ball.
Yeah, the Wayne Hills defense, one of the best defense against the rush. They definitely defend the rush very well. One of the best teams to do it, and we are just seeing that here tonight. The only team that gave him real trouble was Valley last year, but Michael Rumes with the best run, best play overall we've seen all night on the Roxbury side for an 8-yard run. So Michael Rumes giving them double digits in total all-purpose yards tonight with about 3:20 left. So they faked the run to the fullback and continued on with Michael Rumes. Wayne Hills slightly faked out there. Roxbury counted for all their blocks, and that was very effective against the Wayne Hills defense.
Manageable down and distance for Roxbury. 8-yard gain on 1st down.
2nd and 2 here. Can definitely rush for a 1st down. And Nick Dana keeps it. Faked us out there. I was staring at Michael Rumes, who was met by Pete Delichai, the captain. But instead, Nick Dana takes it himself and gets to about the 49-yard line. So Roxbury still on their own half, but definitely some great plays here that we're seeing. After showing some pass plays, Roxbury sticking with the run here. showing a little bit more misdirection, and it's certainly working in their favor right now.
Yeah, it seems like it takes a little while to get into their flow. They definitely seem to have found a little bit of their flow. Let's see how this next couple
Yeah,
plays.
something we definitely didn't see was their blocking abilities. We're seeing that definitely in this drive. And a false start. It looks like it's going to be on Roxbury. Yes, it is. So it'll now be 1st and 15 for the Roxbury Gales. So it turns out that number 3, starting linebacker, Anthony Puntulillo, has an ankle injury. As we could tell by the way he was walking off and the way he just could not stand, it looked like that ankle was just not working for him, looked a little bit out of shape, and it turns out that his return probability is near 0 for tonight's game. So definitely a big loss for the Patriots. Yeah, definitely a big loss there. They're going to need someone next man up for the Wayne Hills Patriots there. So a 4-man rush for Wayne Hills. Nick Dana going to throw to Kevin Sembret. Jaron Hayek almost with the interception. You see what the call is. One of them looked like it. They definitely had it. Not sure who though. Looked like Jaron had it, but it was ripped away by Kevin. And Roxbury keeps the ball. So it looked like he kept possession. A 10-yard gain for the Roxbury Gales. Definitely looked like Jaron Hayek had it. Kevin Sembret must have taken it away before they went down. So number 4, Kevin Sembret with their first reception of the night for 10 yards. So we are seeing a first and actually it was an 11-yard pass. We are seeing a 2nd and 4 here tonight from Roxbury. And timeout called by Roxbury. Now, Jared, what do you think Roxbury's talking about in that timeout here?
They're talking and saying, hey, looks like we've had a little more success throwing the ball now. Now we got a big play like that instead of running. I think that they're going to take a couple more shots down the field because looks like they're picking on maybe the left side of the field. I don't know. I've seen a couple passes that way, so maybe they have something going on there.
Yeah, Nick Dano, the righty, continuously rolling left, looking to pass to his man on the left side, Kevin Sembret. He's targeted him 2 to 3, actually 3 times tonight, or was looking at him, maybe not a pass, but definitely was intended 3 times, but has only completed 1 pass. So Nick Dano looks to increase that average as Donovan Brady threw for 50%, 3 for 6, and is now sidelined tonight with an injury. We're not sure what injury that is, but definitely a big blow for the Roxbury Gales. So Nick Dana under center as he's been all night. In motion and a handoff to number 20. Evan Vasquez stays in bounds and continues on for about a 20-yard gain. Wayne Hills definitely getting beat from the outside. Up the middle they got under control with those big guys up front. But on the outside they are definitely getting beat here. So 1:15 left to play as the clock counts down to 1:12 here in the first quarter. Wayne Hills up 7-0, but Roxbury threatening here on their own half of the field at the 30-yard line. Roxbury right now being very tough to defend after 2 quick 3-and-outs. They're definitely in a rhythm here. Michael Rumes under in the tailback position. Handoff to number 36, Connor Mahoney. And he's taken down, possibly for a first down. So Roxbury continuously moving the chains here against the Wayne Hills defense. And it looks like he just got the first down. So another 1st and 10 for Roxbury.
Yeah, Roxbury is definitely finding their rhythm, their groove, and they've been able to move the ball a lot better the first 2 possessions they had before.
Roxbury on Wayne Hills' 20-yard line. They are now in the red zone. Looking to tie the game here, possibly before the quarter ends as the clock counts down at 25. Right here. Nick Dana decides to keep it himself. Jaron Hayek in pursuit. Nick Dana makes a move, puts him up, and he's tackled at the 11-yard line. So a great run by Nick Dana. Nick Dana making a great run there, showing off what he can do, not only passing, But as the first quarter concludes, I will be stepping out, and we will have Dylan Orren King after our analysis. So, Jared, what are your thoughts on that first quarter from what we're seeing so far with Roxbury threatening?
I thought that the Wayne Hills defense came out pretty stout, pretty strong. The first two possessions we saw towards the end of the first quarter that they definitely found their groove. And Wayne Hills definitely needs to make sure that they only get maybe 3 points, no points on this possession, because having Roxbury score a touchdown here, that would definitely not be good momentum-wise.
Yeah, definitely. If Roxbury could score a touchdown quick within the start of the second quarter, that'll definitely be a huge blow. So I'm going to step off and hand it to Dylan Orren King.
This is a really nice drive. Maybe the current drive yet? No, okay. Making sure this. All right, so how about this? The drive started on home 35. Right. 6 plays so far. Just put this down so you can graphics it. Drive started on home 35. And 3:46 left. So here's the count. 7 just like that. You don't have to though, Dan. All right, second. John wanted to know when the drive started. Second and 2. I just want it now. Yep.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Dylan Orren King. I will be taking over for Frankie for right now. So right now we've seen a pretty dominant start right now for Roxbury coming out on offense. A lot of rushers right now. Looks like they're getting ready to try again, trying to get in the end zone. There's the snap, takes it, and it's running. Tried to go up the middle, but stopped very early. Michael Rumez on the carry. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1.
We've seen the Gales. They really haven't gotten much done when they run up the center, but they definitely had a lot of success when they're rolling out to the left and the right in the running game.
Absolutely, and it looks like they're just going to stick with it. As we know, this Roxbury team is really good with the run game, and they constantly stick to it. And they always try to open up lanes either to the left, right, or they try to shove it straight down the middle. Let's see what they're going to do here. McDonough lining up. Again, 2 backs in the backfield. Hands it off. Goes out to the right. Gets the first down, but is taken down right before the end zone. Good job by number 54, Ben Kurzer, to stop the run from getting into the end zone. We've seen a lot of good runs from this team so far, at least during this drive. Early in this game, Wayne Hills was looking like to shut them down. What do you think they did to improve, Roxbury did to improve their offense so far?
I think they realized that running outside is a little better. They have a lot of big guys up front. I think that definitely with Puntalillo out, that's a little speed that's lost in the linebacker level. They're definitely having success running to the outside.
Donna calls it. It's another handoff out to the left. Number 36, Connor Mahoney, takes it out to the left. Isn't able to get into the end zone. Gets pretty close to it for a 2nd and 4. Pretty good run there by Connor there. We've seen him run a couple times, really breaking out to the edge. We saw him make a really big run last time he made a rushing attempt. And this time, not a lot of yards, but did get pretty far into the Wayne Hills red zone.
All right, it looks like there's about 4 yards to go, so I think they're definitely going to be running the rest of this drive.
Yeah, just trying to push it in there. Nick calls his movement. Looks like they're going to pass. Actually, Nick keeps it. They throw it up and high, and it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown by Michael Rumez. Great throw, great catch, rolled out to the right there, and was able to complete a arcing pass over to Michael Rumez.
It looks like I was a little wrong in that play. They actually rolled out and did pass it, and that's a nice shot by the receiver. The defensive back, that's number 5. Looks like that was, Zach Zachman. He tried getting his arm in there, but he was a little too late because I don't think he's expecting the pass, so nice shot by them.
Absolutely. Takes it for the extra point, and it is good. So now we're going to see the Roxbury offense come off the field and the Wayne Hills offense come back onto the field. I'm expecting some pretty big things from them, Jared. What about you?
I think so, too. We definitely have seen one big run from him so far. I think that I feel another one coming up. That or it looks like they've been taking some shots down the field. I think they're definitely going to have a big play on this drive.
Absolutely, and I'm really hoping for a big play. Tied 7-7 at the beginning of the second quarter.
We've not really seen like last year's team when we had Devera and the other Hayek brothers just ran streaks down the field and they hit them in stride in those touchdowns. We haven't really seen a long passing play like that this year, so we'll see if Coach Demikoff and his players could try to execute a play like that.
Yeah, the real one big pass play we did see was against Rampo with Zach Zachman able to go almost 60 yards on one pass. It was a great pass downfield, I believe, in the fourth quarter, and was excellently done by the Wayne Hills offense. Right now, Riley O'Connor on for Roxbury to take the kick. And here's the kick. High and left, taken by Jaron Hayek. Running up the field. Gets a little bit of a lane, but then is immediately stopped around the 30-yard line. Good return by Jaron. We've seen him play on all three parts of this Wayne Hills team, offense, defense, and special teams. You got to think that's a lot of responsibility for Jaron at this level right now.
Well, that's what happens when you have a guy as big, as fast, as athletic as him. You want him on the field for every play because he has a chance to make a home run play on every single down.
Absolutely, and right now we see Jaron going straight back to the quarterback position.
It looks like Njoku spread out left. Should be interesting if they target
Takes
him.
the call, hands it off to Michael Joyce, who's able to spin through some contact. Isn't able to gain a lot of yards, but is able to make it a 2 and 7.
Riley O'Connor, number 24, on the stop for the Gale. Pickup
Really good job there by Michael Joyce to be able to see the opening. We saw him do a lot of that during this Rampo game, Jared. And frankly, I'm expecting really big things from him coming into this game.
Yeah, Joyce definitely did a lot of his damage in the middle part of the field and the red zone. So we'll see if they can get him into where his hot spot is.
Hopefully they will. As Jaron takes the snap, moving out to the left, throws it, and is down in the ground. Target was Charles Njoku over on the left. Unfortunately, that pass is going to be in the dirt and incomplete. So Charles Njoku, not a guy we saw very often during the Rampo game. Seemed that wasn't really a part of this offense. Now, we did hear that the coaches did want to get him involved. Do you think that he could change the dynamic of this offense?
I definitely can. When you have a guy that fast, that tall, he could definitely be an insane vertical threat and even red zone threat. Just toss it up to him and see what he could do.
Absolutely. At 6'5", he can really do anything if they give him the ball. There's the snap. Taken low, but he still gets it. Jaron throws it up, and it is caught down the field. Taken down at the 20-yard line with a great throw by Jaron Hayek.
That's what I was talking about when I said we need some big plays down the field. That was our first big passing play of the season. That's a great pass.
Justin Volbus with a great catch down the right side of the field. It was a low snap to Jaron Hayek, but he was still able to turn it into something. Great eyes by Jaron to be able to see that pass, and we see them lining up now at the 20-yard line. Jaron takes the snap, doesn't hand it off, instead takes it out to the right, is able to get a small hole here, and it's going to be about 2nd and 5.
And that was Justin Vorbuth on that play before. I'm pretty sure he's a sophomore.
Yes, in fact, he is a sophomore, and from a sophomore, great play.
Yeah, we've seen the sophomores take over the varsity spots on this team and definitely make big plays between him and Joyce.
Unfazed made a perfect pass. 805. And that's the
Jaron Hayek tried to psych out the defense there, didn't work, and it looks like they're actually going to maybe go for a blitz here. Looks like they're trying to stack up on the line. Looks like they're going to try to go after Jaron here. Takes the snap. They are blitzing. And it is a handoff to Michael Joyce, who's able to get through the blitz and get a couple yards there. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 2. So yeah, as you were saying, we have a lot of sophomores on this team. Michael Joyce and Justin Vorbuth both have made impacts on this offense so far. I think that the sophomores can go pretty far in the regular season.
And it's good to have players that are so young making impacts so early, because not only are they important to this season, next 2 seasons, Demikoff knows I could turn to these guys to make the big play for the team.
Absolutely. As Jaron lines up for the snap, takes it. Doesn't hand it off, instead keeps it and is running down, able to make a hole with a couple blockers there, and is able to get a first down. And looks like they're going to be at the 4-yard line, only 4 yards away from the end zone.
This is where you give the ball to Michael Joyce. We saw what he did inside 10-yard line last game.
Not only just inside, he made a lot of big running plays. And as we know, he's a really physical player. This is his domain in the red zone. He can do a lot of damage here.
Should be no reason why Demikoff shouldn't go conservative here and just run it. Definitely had some success this drive doing so.
Looks like Roxbury going to go for a blitz here. Jaron making some adjustments. Calls it. Low snap, and there are flags on the play. And looks like it's going to be a false start on the offense. And that is going to take away yards from what seemed to be a really one run and done situation for the Wayne Hills offense here. Pretty unfortunate.
Tough break. The only good thing is that it's still first down, so they could definitely give the ball to Joyce or have Hayek take it himself and see how far they could get.
Absolutely. Both of them, big run potentials. Looks like they're lining up a lot of linemen. Hands it off to Michael Joyce, running down the right, able to get a couple good blocks. Is able to drive it down. And it is a touchdown. Wayne Hills by Michael Joyce. Running down the right side of the field with a lot of blockers and was able to get a really good run.
Yeah, he had a lot of real estate there. You saw his vision. I think I saw a stiff arm in there. Nice job by the sophomore.
Not only by the sophomore, but by the Wayne Hills offensive line to be able to make those blocks, to be able to get Michael Joyce into the end zone. Got to give a lot of credit to them.
Yeah, they definitely do not receive the credit they deserve. Definitely see Wayne Hills' running game, big part of their attack, so nice job by them too.
Dario Cerny lining up for the extra point, takes it, and it is good. Now talking about the Wayne Hills offensive line for a second, they're getting a really good player back in Bensi Polgar, who only as a junior, last year was the starting left tackle, big, physical, raw player, one of the heaviest on the team, but a big part of this offensive line.
Yeah, when you have a guy who's actually, he's over 6 feet tall, and I'm pretty sure he's over 300 pounds. Yeah, he's 6'4", 315 pounds. That's a lot of size. If you're a defensive end, you got to be a pretty big guy to move it, a guy like that.
Not only that, but Bensi has a lot of agility that he can use to his advantage to be able to outsmart a defensive end. And he's going to use that to his advantage tonight, coming back for the first time this season, making his debut, and it's going really well so far.
He's having a pretty good game. Saw a couple of key blocks for him on this past drive and the drives before.
Absolutely, and right now Wayne Hills coming back into the field to send this ball over to Roxbury, where they will get another chance to be able to go down the field and score. Only 14-7 with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left. Dario Cerny, one of the captains for this Wayne Hills team, is going to be taking the kick. Also one of the better running backs on this team, so if Michael Joyce ends up possibly fading towards the latter of this regular season, he can come in. And there's the kick. Sent down to Roxbury. It is received well. He's going to be running down, made it all the way out to the 25, but is taken down. And never mind, he's actually still up. He could go all the way. Stiff arms one, and he's still going to go. And that's a touchdown. Wow. That was great. Number 16, Michael Rumez, able to make a great kick return there and able to find some kind of space and be able to return that for a touchdown.
That's a 95 return, and we did see a stiff arm. It looks like the player that he stiffed arm is down on the field right now.
Another possible injury for Wayne Hills. Hopefully it isn't that serious.
It looked like it was number 15, Zach Zachman. Looks like he landed awkwardly in maybe his neck.
Well, actually, number 15 is Patrick Orapello. Hopefully he will be okay, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding his rib, so maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, hopefully that's all that is.
That would be best case scenario because we've seen as a cornerback, he's definitely made a bunch of plays, not only in this game, but past couple of games. So that's definitely a big loss if it's something serious.
Absolutely. We already saw Anthony Puntalil get injured really early on in this game. He was actually carted off the field about midway through the first quarter, and very unfortunate to him. But right now, Wayne Hill's going to line up, seeing what they can do against this extra point. With Michael Rumez, a great kick, and it is good. Michael Rumez with an excellent return there to be able to convert that into points. They didn't even need to put their offense on the field.
And that's really good for them because they've only scored one touchdown so far. That was the only drive they really got something together. So that's kind of maybe a good scenario for Hills because, yeah, it's a tie game right now, but they kept their offense off the field, so they're not able to put some more consecutive drives together. And the Wayne Hills defense, they're actually going to be more rested, and I think that extra rest might do them well.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you also got to think Roxbury offense also gets a lot of time. And hopefully, though, our defense will be better.
Maybe the time off the field, we definitely saw them gaining some momentum. Maybe making the guys a little cold. They haven't really been moving in a couple of minutes. Maybe that could throw them off their game.
Hopefully, but we'll have to see once both of those sides come on the field. As Wayne Hill is already lined up to receive the kick. Looks like Jaron Hake a little bit further back. Probably hoping that the kick will go his way. Number 24 right now, Riley O'Connor, on to take the kick for Roxbury. We've seen him make quite a couple long kicks already in this game, so let's see how far he can send it down this time. Here's the kick. And it is up in the air, going to be received by Jaron Hake, who's already running down the field, makes it all the way out to the 25. Going to be taken down about the 32-yard line. Wayne Hill's offense coming on the field now. A lot of big players on this Wayne Hill's offense that can make a lot of big plays. So let's see what they can do here. Hopefully they're really able to come out with something to be able to shut down the momentum of this Roxbury team.
Yeah, maybe they could take advantage of the size they have over Roxbury. Looking at the Roxbury roster, they don't really have a lot of taller players. Wayne Hill is definitely a larger team, so it should be interesting to see if they can take advantage of that.
Absolutely. And there's the flag.
Flag prior to the snap.
Looks like Roxbury, one of the Roxbury linemen jumped out there. It's going to be an encroachment.
5-yard penalty.
Only 5 yards, but that means that it's 1st and 5, and this Wayne Hills offense has a bigger chance of being able to get the first down here.
Yeah, every single yard matters, especially when it's a tie game like this.
Jaron makes the snap. It was low. And the throw was also low, going out to Charles Njoku again. That's the second time we've seen him throw a low ball to Charles Njoku. And second time it's been in the dirt.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You have a player that big, you think that he'd overthrow throwing it so high. We've seen 2 straight passes in the dirt for him.
And really unexpected considering that Charles Njoku is 6'5". All he really needs to do is throw it decently high, and Charles Njoku could really come up with it, really.
Yeah, when you have size like that, long arms, a lot of height, just throw it up and make a play on the ball. Kind of a Alshon Jeffrey type receiver.
Absolutely. Jaron takes the snap, and there are flags out on the field. And it's going to be false start on the offense. And that is going to take away any advantage they had from the encroachment penalty, as it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Sets them all the way back at the beginning, 2nd and 10. Hopefully this Wayne Hills offense will be able to make something out of nothing, though, as they have done so many times in the past. Jaron takes the snap, doesn't hand it off, keeps it for himself, running down the left, but is swallowed up by the defensive lineman, who was down on the ground and just pulled him down with him.
You got him by the legs. That's the only way you could bring him down. I mean, he's pretty skinny, but he's definitely a powerful runner. It's very hard to bring him down.
Not only is he powerful, he's got a lot of agility behind him. He's able to avoid a lot of tackles usually. Unfortunately, wasn't able to escape that one. It's now going to be 3 and 11. 5 minutes, 8 seconds left on the clock. Tied 14-14. as we now have 5 minutes until halftime. Jaron Hayek lining up, taking the snap, looking for a pass. Under pressure, just throws it away. Good job by Jaron Hayek to avoid the sack there. Good job by him to just be able to throw the ball away in that situation.
Yeah, it'd be unfortunate to take a sack, but that could have been a dangerous play. He kind of threw it, he knew that Joyce was going to be in the area, but a pick right there definitely could have been very detrimental to the outcome of this game. I mean, there's 4 minutes left. That's plenty of time for the Gales to score, and it's good to have the extra field position.
Especially when it comes to a punt, you really want a lot of field position. Here it is, takes it, and it is far and long down the field. It is a fair catch, letting it bounce, going right out to the left side, and it is going to be down about the 25-yard line. Pretty good punt there, if I do say so myself, able to get it out to the 25-yard line.
Yes, it was a very good punt. Was that Dario out there for the punt? I'm pretty sure that was Dario. Such a powerful kicker. I remember he used to play soccer, where he used to play football too, but you're definitely seeing that soccer backer come in with that strong boot.
Wayne Hill's defense finally coming back on the field since we saw Roxbury score with an amazing kick return run. And also the first time we've seen the Roxbury offense since that kick return. So both of these sides have gotten a lot of time to rest. Let's see what both of them can come up here with now. And let's see what Roxbury goes with a little bit of a passing game now. There's the motion. Roxbury does hand it off, but it gets swallowed up. And it's going to be a 2 and 10 with no yards gained, no yards lost. And there's Jason Modak again. We saw him a lot in the Ramapo game, and right now with that tackle, I think he's going to do pretty good going on in this game.
Yes, he's a very clutch player. Not only is he clutch, you always seem to hear his name. Seems like he always leads the team in tackles every single game. I saw last game, I think he had maybe about 10, 13 tackles. It's a pretty good game for him.
Last game having 12 tackles, 2 sacks, and a safety, all in one game. There's the snap. Doesn't hand it off, keeps it for a pass. Lasers it out. Was it on the ground before he caught it? It was, and that will be incomplete. 3rd and 10. Number 4, Kevin Zembrad out to make the catch. Unfortunately, that throw also looked pretty low and into the dirt.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of throws low to the dirt. Not only is that surprising, it's surprising to see Roxbury throwing so much. That's definitely, even going back to last year, it's so rare for them to throw. Seems like they've thrown more than they've run this game, maybe.
Absolutely. Well, I did think coming into this game that there's been a lot of film of them only running the ball, so they probably are going to change things up, probably go to more of a pass exciting formation, but they are still running it a lot, and I don't think that they're really making many changes to their offense at all. Another motion, handing it off out to the left, and is able to be taken down before he gets any good yardage here. But there is a flag on the play. Personal foul against the Wayne Hills defense, and that is going to reset it to 1st and 10. And they're also going to get a couple more yards here.
And that's an unfortunate break for the Patriots. They definitely made a bunch of great stops, fourth down, but a play like that where it's a personal foul, it's definitely unnecessary.
Yeah, I think so too. It's pretty unnecessary. But it's just unfortunate for this Wayne Hills team right now.
I mean, with 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock before, they definitely had a lot of time and a lot of good field position, so it's a tough break for them.
There's a snap, takes it, hands it off, going up the middle, and is taken down just before he gets a 1st down. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Great carry by Michael Rumez, captain of this Roxbury team. We've already seen him do a lot. What do you think he's going to do for the rest of this game, Jared?
I think he's going to continue to have the ball in his hands to make plays. We saw him both on special teams and on offense make a couple of key plays that's really kept the Gales in the game and tied the game. So I think they're definitely going to stick with giving him the ball.
Lines up. Movement out to the right. Takes it, but throws all the way down the field. And it was not caught. It is incomplete down the field. Very close there. Kevin Zembrat almost had it, but couldn't come down with it, with the Wayne Hills defense just taking it out of his hands.
It was definitely his ball on that play. All he had to do was bring it in, but he kind of had an awkward angle. It looks like he had to go back to the left to get the ball, but he's unable to come down with the ball, and that's good for the Patriots.
And here's what we were talking about with this Roxbury team throwing the ball more. Right now they've got a 3rd and 1. They were at 2 and 1. I think at that point you just run the ball, don't you?
I think what they need to do is they definitely need to put some pressure on the Patriots and put as many points on the board as they can. So I think I like their aggressive play call, actually.
And it's going to be a run. Handed out to the middle, but it got crushed by the Wayne Hills defense. Didn't get anything started. It's going to be 4th and 1. Let's see if they go for it here. Now, if they do go for it, 2 minutes. Looks like they were almost going to measure it there. Looks pretty much like I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a first down either way, but they canceled the measurement anyway. But I'm fairly certain that Roxbury is going to go for it here, even if they don't make it. If they do, then they'll be in even greater field position, Jared.
I mean, they're about midfield, so they could take the risk. I think it would be an all right risk, because if they do get it, they have 1:30 left, and they're not giving the Patriots the ball. I think if they give the Patriots the ball with 1:30 left, I think this is a team that's definitely able to utilize a 2-minute drill, go down the field and get some points on the board, whether it's Dario Cerny's 3-point field goal or a touchdown.
Absolutely, and right now, at this point, it's 14-14. Every single point counts, especially at the end of the 2nd quarter. Of course, 1:26 left on the clock. And right now, all I'm left wondering is, what's Wayne Hills going to do on defense?
Well, it depends what goes on. If it's a punt, I think that it's going to be no much more different than the average 4th down. But I think that if it is a 4th down where the Gales are going for it, I think they're definitely going to try to load the box. So I definitely can't see them taking a shot down the field. They're definitely going to run it if they're going for it.
Well, I do know if the Gales do go for it, then this 4th down is just going to get all the more interesting. And by the looks of it, they are going to punt it at about the 49-yard line.
It's like the Patriots are expecting some sort of fake play because Jaron Hayek does not look like he's going back to return the kick.
And it is a fake, but nope, he just punts it anyway. Down the field, rolls the opposite way though, and it looks like it's going to get out to about the 24-yard line.
The punter catching and running for the ball, he's been doing that every single punt. Kind of throws you off because you think he's going to go out and throw it, but you can't really tell.
Yeah, Michael Rumaz again out there on the field making the punt. And yeah, I was pretty surprised there. I honestly thought it was going to be a fake. They made it look like it was going to be a fake, but nope, it was just a normal running punt. Fortunately, though, that punt did put Wayne Hills in a very good offensive position here at the 24-yard line.
Let's see how far down the field they can get. Dario Cerny definitely has a big leg to get into his range.
And the snap was low. It goes between Jaron's legs. Able to pick it up, but is taken down at around the 2-yard line, all the way back, and there's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be on Roxbury. That is a personal foul against Roxbury.
After the play was over, a personal foul against the Gales.
Good news for Wayne Hills, bad news for Roxbury. They had Wayne Hills in a really good position there, but a personal foul takes them all the way out to about the 17-yard line.
It's definitely a great break for the Patriots because if they did not have that penalty there, they'd be right up against their goal line. Not only do they have to make sure that they could get down the field, they need to make sure they don't get a safety. So at least there's a little more real estate for Hayek to work with.
Jaron lines up, takes the snap, moves out to the right, looking down the field for a pass. Isn't going to take it, but does there. Tries to make a diving catch, doesn't make it. Vorabuth almost came down with it there, tried to dive for it, didn't make it. Pretty unfortunate there for the Wayne Hills. Still 2nd and 10 with 52 seconds on the clock.
Should be interesting if they try to waste some time away, so that way the Gales don't have any chance of putting together some sort of scoring possession. But also, there's enough time that they could possibly get down the field depending on what happens on this play and put some points on board themselves.
Absolutely. If you look at their lineup right now, they got a lot of guys with a lot of speed out there, so looks like they're going to go down the field. Justin Vorabuth actually out on his own towards the right with 3 receivers out to the left. Jaron takes the snap, does hand it off to Michael Joyce, but he is swallowed up before he can get any really big running yard lines. Pretty unfortunate for Wayne Hills as the clock is still winding down. 30 seconds left. If they're going to take a shot, they're going to need to do it now. Still tied 14-14. And they're just going to punt this away and get out of here. 14-14 with JP Lemchek going to take the punt. Wayne Hills takes a timeout with 3 seconds on the clock. Tied 14-14 in the second quarter. So Jared, let's talk Wayne Hills here real quick. What do they need to do to be able to win this game?
They need to put the pressure on defensively and make sure that Roxbury, not only is their rushing game stopped, but they definitely need to pay more attention to their passing game, because we've definitely seen Roxbury deviate from their kind of norm and utilize the passing game. So I definitely think that if Wayne Hills is able to put up the stops, I think eventually Wayne Hills will be able to score a touchdown. That offense is definitely loaded with talent. They can definitely score at least some points. As long as that defense holds firm, I think it's going to be a good result for the Patriots.
Absolutely, especially with what we saw last week, with Wayne Hills able to turn it around in the second half of the game. Hope they'll be able to do that in this game. There's the snap to JP Lemchek, punts the ball up high in the air, wasting time. And that is halftime. So, Jared, let's talk about Wayne Hills' offense. So, what do you think that they need to do to improve? We talked about in general, but let's go in depth here about the Wayne Hills offense. What do they got to do?
I think they definitely need to make sure that when they do screens, we definitely seen 2 very much looking alike plays to Charles Njoku. You've seen passes in the dirt. I think that getting a ball to an athlete like that, I think that could definitely get them some yards, maybe break out and get a big play. So I definitely want to see them maybe look to Njoku a little more or do some other types of screen passes, because we saw it a little bit last game and it wasn't working, but a very well-utilized screen pass could definitely get some yards and definitely improve the Patriots.
Hey, well, it'll get the ball in the wide receiver's hands in the end. That's the real good thing here. So let's talk about the Wayne Hills defense. What can they do to improve?
I think that they just need to play the way they're used to playing some hard-nosed, we're not going to give them any yards kind of defense where every single play, the player, there's nobody that breaks their tackles. They're down once there's contact. Just stick to their normal approach.
All right, Jared. Now let's be a little bit even more specific here. What player do you think that we want to see come out in the second half?
I think that the usual answer would be Jason Modak, But I definitely want to see one of the cornerbacks, whether it's Hayek that's lining up against a receiver, or we saw Orapella. Hopefully he's doing a little better now he's injured. Both those guys, they've seen a couple of targets in the passing game, and they really haven't given up any plays at all. So I definitely think that if they continue to not give up any big plays, that this defense can succeed.
Absolutely. Somebody that I want to see is Justin Vorbuth. I want to see him come out. He's already made some really good passing plays. One really great catch all the way down the field. And frankly, I think he has a lot going for him, and I think he's going to do really good in this second half. And that's it for the first half action. Now let's turn things over to Mr. S.A. and Mr. Paterno as they lead the Wayne Hills Marching Band onto the field.
And rookie representative Sachi Linde. The field repertoire this evening, portrait of the American West, westward bound, go down, around the campfire, and arrival. The Patriot Marching Band. of applause for the Wayne marching band. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Roxbury Gale cheerleaders. And an appropriate round of applause for the Roxbury Gale cheerleaders. And let's welcome the Patriot cheerleaders. Patriot cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have our 50-50 drawing. $345 go to the winner. Here is the number. 212-952. 212-952. The winning number for $345. And while we're waiting for that winner, we would like to acknowledge our sponsors in the Platinum category: Positano Restaurant, Century 21 Gemini Realty, Primo Pizza, RWC Windows and Doors, and in the Diamond sponsor category, Anthony Franco's Lane Contractors, Jersey Mike's Subs, Lincoln's Plumbing and Heating, Lakeside Carpentry, Maria Burrito Century 21 Gemini Realty, the Tap House Grill, Maston Electric, and Nurses 24/7. And our silver sponsors: Pohl Kitchen, Advanced Ankle and Foot Center LLC, Jewelry by M&S, Jack's Superfood Town, the Matt's Challenge of Wayne, and Driscoll Foods. Again, thanks to our sponsors.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Wayne Hills versus Roxbury here in Wayne Hills, 14-14. Still in halftime right now. Wayne Hills will be coming back to the field shortly. Joining me is Coach Grimes here, representative of the Wayne Hills coaching staff. So, Coach Grimes, what have you thought about the game so far?
I thought it's been a pretty good first half. It was nice to see Jaron put the ball in the air a little bit. Caught Varabuth down the right sideline was nice. It's interesting here. Roxbury, a team that they're familiar with, played them here in the cold, back here in the winter last year. But it's been an interesting game. It's been exciting. We're 14-14 at the half. A little reminiscent of last week before Wayne Hills turned it on in the third quarter. So I'm excited for some second half football.
All right, sounds good. And what are you excited about for this Wayne Hills offense coming back after halftime? We know that during do you think we're going to get a repeat of that?
I hope so. Michael Joyce had a lot of success last week at Rampo running the football. I think he ended up with a hat trick. I'd like to see him get the ball early here, see if they can establish a run game here, and then maybe they can get Jaron out of the pocket, him being probably the best athlete on the team, and obviously their best playmaker, and then maybe they can make some things happen. And on a defensive side, too, you like to see them get a little bit of pressure up front here and try to get the quarterback. Roxbury runs the wing T, so difficult, have to handle assignments, but I'd like to see Jaron put the ball in the air more. I'd like to see him get out of the pocket and see if he can make some plays.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned that the Roxbury offense runs a wing T, but they like to run a lot out of the wing T formation. So what do you think Wayne Hills has to do here to really capitalize on that?
Talking to some of the coaches during the week and even talking to some of the guys in the hallway, it's all about assignments. Coach Demikoff preached all week that handle assignments, and this shouldn't be too much of something they haven't seen before, but handle assignments, try to stay in the gap and make tackles here. You got to make tackles, especially when you go against a wing T. You can't miss tackles. You got to wrap up and make things happen.
Absolutely, and we've seen what happens when the Wayne Hills team misses tackles, especially on that kick return touchdown. Big game changer at least for Roxbury's side. He's tied the game up. Offense didn't even need to come out on the field. Defense went straight back on, and it looked like it almost changed the whole momentum of the game. What do you think that Wayne Hills could do to come back?
Special teams is so key here, especially when you play a team who runs the wing T. With Wayne Hills, if you can get Roxbury starring at their own 20, 25, you're able to establish, yourself, and you're able to kind of handle the tempo. But, special teams, you get Roxbury down the 40 and 30, they're going to handle time of possession. So special teams definitely a key here.
Absolutely, and we've seen Jaron Hayek on all three sides of the ball tonight. We've seen him on offense at quarterback, we've seen him at defense during his time at safety, and we've seen him on kick and punt returns. Do you think he's going to get tired any day now?
I don't think the kid ever gets tired. Special athlete. I had the opportunity to coach him a little bit for basketball last year, and you wonder when he's going to get tired, but he doesn't. But, kudos to him, especially, late here in the summer when they asked him to come in and be the quarterback. He took on the challenge, team first guy, and now he's playing all three phases of the game, and he's doing an incredible job. So, kudos to him, an absolute leader of this Patriot team right now, and he's got to put the guys on his back right now and make something happen.
Absolutely. JP Lemchek, the starting quarterback and starting safety and starting kicker and punt returner for Wayne Hills. Now, Coach, you briefly mentioned about the basketball team. Now, we know you are the head coach there. Give us an update on how that's going so far.
You know what? We're gearing up here. We're about 2 months away. We had a pretty successful summer. Joey Belli is officially back. He broke his wrist in the summer early on, had surgery. He's playing with the guys in the fall now. We bring back 4 starters. We're excited. This is this is a year right now that I've been waiting for since I took the job a couple years ago. Back-to-back 20-win seasons. For us this year, it's about hanging a banner in the Gifford. So that's our focus. But we got to continue to work hard in the weight room right now. Continue to work hard on our skills. And November 20th is here before you know it. But we got to see if the Wayne Hills Patriots can repeat here in football first before we start talking hoops.
Absolutely. And right now, Riley O'Connor out for this Roxbury team to take the kick. And here it is. High in the air, a little bit short. It's actually going to be taken pretty early on, all the way out to the 30. Makes it all the way down. Pretty good run there by the Wayne Hills player, number 9, Nick Casasanta, on the carry there.
Another nice addition for the Patriots. Casasanta, one of the brothers who transferred in. Very nice addition, athletic. Does a lot of good things, a senior, but an opportunity here to help the Patriots this year.
Absolutely. Also, Anthony Casasantu, who is also a quarterback, 5'11", 5 pounds. He was the guy we expected to be quarterback, but Jaron got it, takes the snap, throws it out to the left, and again, down in the dirt. This is the third time we've seen it tonight. 2 times with Charles Njoku, now once with Zach Zachman. What's going on with Jared right now?
You know what? I don't think it was a bad read. Obviously, they had, they went screen there. Up front, if they could have gave Jaron a little bit more time, maybe this class would have been a little bit cleaner. We could have had an early gain here, but he'll get it going here. Offensive line needs to do a better job up front right now, I think.
Absolutely, especially with the addition of Bensi Polgar coming back from an injury.
Absolutely.
Big guy on the field is going to make a lot of good plays. Jaron taking the snap, running it towards the left side of the field, gets a couple blockers, tries to spin past one, and is able to dive for a couple more yards, and what looks to be 3rd and 5.
Manageable 3rd down here for the Patriots for sure. Be interesting to see if they keep the ball on the ground here, if they let Jaron air it out.
Absolutely. I think at this point, you're 3rd and 5. I think you kind of let Jaron air it out. I think you give him the chance to redeem himself after the couple of passes that he's thrown in the dirt. Jaron lining up, tries to fake out the defense. Looks like they're boxing it in. Maybe going for a blitz here. Jaron looking for the line. Update from the coaches. Back to lining up. Takes a snap, moving out to the right, throws it. It's a screen play to Michael Joyce, who's able to get a good first down and pick up a lot of yards there.
It's a great play call there. Have Michael Joyce coming out of the backfield. Jaron, a precision pass right there. Joyce does a little bit of the extra work. First down, Patriots.
Absolutely, and looked like some really good blocking by the Wayne Hills wide receivers there.
We just talked about that. Do a little bit better up front there, too. And even the outside guys, as you just mentioned, the wide receivers blocking downfield. I mean, that's textbook.
Absolutely. Every good screen play comes from good blocking from the extra wide receivers. As Jaron is going to line up here, takes the snap, does not hand it off, and instead going to run down the right side of the field, trying to muscle through a tackler, and is able to make it 2nd and 5 with a pretty good run there by Jaron Hayek.
Great first down there right now. Again, 2nd and short right here, manageable, opens up the playbook a little bit, gives the Patriots some more options here as they march down the field early.
Absolutely, and right now we're seeing Jaron take control of this game, really starting to lead this offense.
It's very familiar to what happened in Ramapo last Friday night. Took complete control of the offense, led the team, and led the Patriots to a huge comeback.
Absolutely, and let's see if Jaron right now can end this tie. Takes the snap, hands it off to Michael Joyce, running down the right side. Taken down pretty early on, but for a gain of 2, is going to have a pretty nice carry here.
Another new addition for the Patriots, and Michael Joyce, a basketball guy, so I got to give him some props here. But, wasn't slated to be the #1 running back. They had some injuries. Got an opportunity last week, made the most of it, and here he is tonight, getting the bulk of the carries right now and leading the Patriots on the ground.
Absolutely. Jojo Mangelli and Adam Abita, 2 really good running backs on this Wayne Hills team, both injured. Dario Cerny is the main kicker, so they're going to keep him out. Jaron takes the snap. Instead of running, is going to run to the right. Had the option to throw it there, but instead takes it down the right side.
Another good wrinkle for the Patriots.
But here's the real question here. Are they going to get the first down? And it looks like they're going to get it. They are going to get the first down there with the run by Jaron Hayek.
They ran Joyce out in a swing pass on the last 3rd down. It was a little bit of a wrinkle where they faked it this time, and Jaron picks up the first down with his feet.
Yeah, good job by Jaron here. As we know, the wide receiver playing quarterback. Really good on his feet, really good with his hands as he takes the ball and runs it again to the right. Muscles past a couple of defenders there. Some good blocks out to the left side of the field. And Jaron Hayek yet again taking it for a 2nd and 7.
I'd love to see them try to catch Roxbury sleeping right now and see if they can maybe generate something downfield here to Njoku, maybe roll Jaron out here and see if they could throw the deep ball here and try to catch Roxbury off.
Well, right now it looks like Roxbury is really trying to plow through the offensive line here, and it looks like Wayne Hills has adapted to that. As you can see, they got a tight end on the field now to help out with blocking, and I think they've adapted to this defense. Jaron takes the snap, doesn't hand it off, instead keeps it, throws it out.
Wow.
And it is caught by the Wayne Hills player. Really, really good job there with the catch. Number 6, Nick Alshamus.
Love the play call. Love how they rolled him out. Love how they tried to catch Roxbury offhand here. And you let Jaron airing it out. He's doing everything right now.
Absolutely, and not only air him out, but for Nick Alshamus to be able to make that catch with a defender right in front of him, that's a great job by Nick.
Great pass, great catch.
Absolutely.
Way to get a first down.
Jaron takes the snap, looking for a pass, fakes it, throws it down the field. Charles Njoku's wide open, and he gets it at the 1 yard line. Not able to get in the end zone, but still a great pass down the right side of the field to an open Charles Njoku.
Another great call by the Wayne Hills Patriots here. I kind of feel a little bit like Tony Romo here, my first time in a booth here, and they're airing it out. They're listening to me here.
Maybe a little bit of psychic powers there coming from our own coach, but right now, Jaron Haig is really taking control of his offense just like he did in Rampart.
Absolutely. You know what? Credit Njoku there to come back to the ball and make a great play there as well.
Not only that, but to be able to have the elusiveness to really get away from all of his defenders and be able to come up open on the right side of the field. Great job by Njoku. Jaron lines up, takes the snap, going to run it out to the right with extra blockers and able to get in for the touchdown. Jaron Haig.
What a great first drive by the Patriots. They marched down the field. Early lead, you establish momentum, and this is just vintage Wayne Hills Patriots football.
Absolutely. First half, you test the waters, maybe you go down, but that's fine because in the second half, you come back swinging.
You got to credit the coaches making some adjustments here at halftime.
Absolutely. Dario Cierney out to make the extra point. There's a kick, and it is good.
No one better than Dario Cierney.
Absolutely, as Wayne Hills is going to go up 21-14, 7 minutes, 27 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. So already we've seen a Wayne Hills offense completely different, march out and just dominate over this Roxbury defense. Now it's time for the Wayne Hills defense to show what they can do.
And you know what? Again, a lot of adjustments probably made at halftime, not just on the offensive side of the football. Coach Johnson probably has made some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball. It's going to be very interesting right now to see if the Patriots come out maybe a little bit more aggressive than they were in the first half, especially against the wing tee here, and see if they can continue momentum here and try to get the ball back to this Patriot offense.
Absolutely, and if I, for one, I'm thinking of stacking the box and making sure that their run goes absolutely nowhere. As we know, this Roxbury team loves to run the ball as often as they can and with as many people as they can to the left, to the right, up the middle. They can really do anything right now with the amount of running backs that they've got.
It takes a lot of discipline here, especially if you're going to decide to stack the box here. You have to make sure on the outside, especially because you'll end up in one-on-one coverage. You have to make sure the corners are well aware you'll be left on an island, and you have to make sure that you're precision with your technique and you can't get beat long.
Not only that, but in the eventuality that Roxbury does go with the pass, you got to make sure that their wide receivers aren't able to get open.
Absolutely.
They do not have a lot of people that are very tall that can be able to get up there and get a great grab. So a lot of cornerback pressure would be a great thing here for this defense.
We touched on this earlier before the half started. Special teams here. Let's see if the Patriots can back them up here and not give up a long one.
Absolutely. As Dario Cierney going here with a low kick is going to be taken. Takes about to the 37.
You know what? Again, I've talked about adjustments from the coaches. Again, special teams adjustment here by Coach Zaccone. Decides to go out, goes squib kick here. I'm pretty sure Cierney would have rather got a little bit more on that. But again, you force Roxbury in their own territory and you let the Patriots dictate what they want to do defensively.
Absolutely. And right now, if their special teams can hold up and do just about as well as Roxbury's did in the first half, I think we might have a really good ball game here, and we might be able to take this game.
I agree.
But right now, it all comes down to the defense and whether they can shut down this Roxbury offense.
This game here just has a little bit of a feel as it did last Friday night out in Franklin Lakes.
Absolutely. It's got that little bit of a special air out
Yes.
there. Takes the snap, hands it off for another run, moved out to the left and then drove in, but isn't going to get anywhere. With a great job by the Wayne Hills defensive line, able to stop the run there, often and early.
Absolutely. Again, the defensive front led by number 57, Jason Modak. Again, another basketball guy. Has nothing to do with hoops, but he anchors that defensive line right there. And again, they have to make sure they stay in their assignments.
Yet again, great game around Pohl. Great game tonight. So he's a real big guy to watch, number 57, as they take the snap. Fakes it, but is going to run it out to the left.
Great
and is going to be taken down well before he can get any good yards. And it's going to be straight back to 3rd and 10. Great job by the Wayne Hills cornerback there to be able to see the running lane and able to shut it down just before he could get some positive yards.
Great job forcing him to the outside. Lundrum Nasubi with a great tackle here. Forces Roxbury in 3rd and long. We talked about momentum here. 3 and out for Roxbury, puts the ball back in the Patriots' hands, lets Jaron Hay go right back to work.
Yeah, Nick Donna has a lot of explosive ability here, and he's a big player on this Roxbury offense, and frankly right now, he's the guy to watch, and let's see if he can do exactly what Jaron is doing and lead his team to victory. Donna takes the snap, does not hand it off, looking for a pass, but it's going to be taken down! Great job there by Jason Modak, coming in again and making the big plays right when they matter.
Again, 3rd and long. Patriots need a big play to give the ball back to their offense, and who else but Jason Modak?
Captain of this Wayne Hills defense, and it's showing right here exactly why they gave him the title. He's a great player, a lot of physical ability, and he's coming out there and destroying this Roxbury offense.
You know, but again, Jason Modak on the offensive line, he destroys the Roxbury defense as well. That's, Jason Modak,
exactly.
Another 3-way player.
And another moving punt here, and is going to go straight out of bounds. Not a great punt there. It's going to put the Wayne Hills offense in a really good field position here. Almost about halfway through the field to go, and then they can score again.
Again, great first drive by the Wayne Hills Patriots. Force Roxbury into 3 and out. Great field position to start here for the Patriots. If they can march down the field here and make this a 2-possession game, momentum is completely in their favor.
And it's going to be on the Roxbury's 45, which means you got 45 yards to go before you score, and you make this game even further than it already is. Jaron Hayek takes the snap, hands it off to Michael Joyce running down the right side of the field. Takes a pretty big hit there, but is able to get straight back up after a great run. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
Michael Joyce is such a hard runner. He showed it last week at Rampo. He's shown again tonight. He moves his feet after initial contact, and only a sophomore. Only a sophomore.
Yeah, exactly. Only a sophomore. You can't get enough of these sophomores. They're coming onto this team, and they're doing amazing jobs on offense. As Jaron Hayek takes the snap, hands it again to Michael Joyce, running down the same end of the field, is taken down, but still tries to muscle through the defensive players here. And looks like they're just going to start going to Michael Joyce here.
You know what? Again, we talked about it earlier. What an opportunity for Michael Joyce last week to get his first start as a sophomore. He got the opportunity again tonight, and now he's showing his coaching staff what he's capable of. And again, we just talked about it. He's a sophomore. The future is bright.
Not only is the future bright, but the future is early and often for Michael Joyce here. Jaron Harris trying to psych out the defense here, but isn't going to call it. Some coaches giving him some signals here. Jaron Hayek lining back up, calls for the pass. It's running out to the left here. Some great blocks for the Wayne Hills offensive line, and he is able to run down right to the right side and is able to get in for another Wayne Hills touchdown. 2 in a row for Jaron Hayek.
Jaron Hayek does it all. What a great job. He ran up the gut. He saw pressure, and because of his incredible speed, breaks outside, off to the races. No one catches him. Jaron Hayek does it again. Patriots now have a 2-possession lead.
And if you saw what I saw the Roxbury defense go exactly all the way over to the left side to try to block Jaron. Didn't work, cut immediately out to the right side and was able to make an explosive play right there.
The one thing about Jaron Hayek, even if you saw it last year when he was playing wide receiver, he gets a step on you, then it's just off to the races, and you're watching his feet and you're watching his back.
Absolutely. Darius Senior on for the kick, and it is good right through the uprights to make this game 28-14 with 3 minutes, 26 seconds left in the third quarter.
Again, very reminiscent of last week out in Ramapo. Patriots came out in the third quarter, gathered momentum, and they were off to the races. And again, they're doing it tonight. Went into halftime, great adjustments on both sides of the ball, and here we are, 28-14 with still 3:26 left to play in the third quarter. All Patriots right now.
Absolutely, and this is something we see often from this Wayne Hills team, able to make adjustments over the half that affect how this game ends up. And in the end, it seems that most teams aren't able to handle those really specific and minute details that Wayne Hills always looks at and is able to change on the fly.
And will be interesting to see right now, typical Wayne Hills football right now. The guys probably sniff it a little bit. They can smell the momentum. They can probably feel it too. Roxbury knows they're on their heels right now. Can Roxbury make a play to make this a game, or will this just be all Wayne Hills football here for the next 15 minutes?
I mean, honestly, if you're going to ask me, I'm hoping that it's going to be all Wayne Hills football. Frankly, if Roxbury doesn't score another touchdown, I am completely fine with that.
I'm going to go on the record right here with 3:26 left in the third. I think Wayne Hills has gathered complete momentum, and I think Wayne Hills may score again here in the third quarter, and I think they may run away with this one and get to 2-1.
Frankly, that sounds completely fine to me, and hopefully with this kick, we'll be able to see the great field position that Wayne Hills defense will hopefully be able to get in. And it's another squib kick down the field, gets all the way to the 30-yard line, is picked up, and is not going to be taken out. There's a flag on the play, is eventually taken down.
Not sure what the flag is here. It looks like it's on Roxbury. If it's holding or a block in the back, it'll move them back, and it just gives the Patriots more opportunity to dictate what they want to do defensively against this Roxbury wing T.
Absolutely, and frankly, the more yards that this Wayne Hills defense can get, the better. If it's one thing you want to get on a rush-happy offense, you want to extend the yards out as far as they can and make sure that they really have to grind and be able to sweat out to get any kind of extra yards.
Absolutely, and we saw it on the last series too. It was a 3rd and long. It forced Roxbury to put the ball in the air. Defense was able to be more aggressive, and here comes Jason Modak, and Patriots get the ball back right into Jaron Hayek's hands.
And in fact, the penalty is going to be on Wayne Hills. So the ball will be moved forward. Looks like a personal foul on Wayne Hills. Pretty unfortunate, but hopefully this Wayne Hills defense will not be down by this penalty, and hopefully they will still be able to do exactly what they did last time.
You know, it looks like the penalties are offset, and it looks like the ball's on the 32-yard line right now. And you know what? That's exactly where the Patriots want them.
Absolutely. As right now, Roxbury offense going back into the field. Nick Donna under center, snaps it. Handoff, moving out to the left side of the field, and is going to be taken down pretty hard by the Wayne Hills player, number 63, Mike Zaccone, on the tackle.
I'll tell you, the one thing I've seen from this Patriots team over the last 2 weeks, as I wasn't able to get out to Ohio, is that they are a hard-hitting team.
Absolutely. A lot of big plays coming from a lot of key players on this Wayne Hills team, and all of them hard hitters, real physical, but not only they're hard, but they're fast, and they can catch up to pretty much almost anybody that Roxbury can throw at them.
Very athletic defense the Patriots put on the field this year.
Nick Donna back under center. Movement out to the right, takes the snap, is going to keep it for a pass, throwing it out to number 16, but is going to be thrown down. The Wayne Hills player is still not going down. Multiple tacklers going after number 16, Michael Rumez. And this is a guy we've seen often from this Roxbury team, really holding this team together so far.
Great second effort by him, too, believe it or not. We had him in the backfield. Great second effort by him. It took multiple Patriots to take him down.
And that was a great stiff arm by him, too, to get away from the first defender. Man, if I were any Wayne Hills defender, I honestly wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Another third down here for the Patriot defense, an opportunity to go 3 and out and put the ball back in Jaron Hayek's hands. And the way that offense is moving, watch out.
Absolutely. Right now, Nick Donna back under center. 2 backs. It's going to take a pass. Launching it. And it is incomplete.
Looks like he overthrew the receiver right there. Quarterback was there to make a play. And it looks like the punt team will come out here. Oh.
Absolutely, and we'll be seeing this Wayne Hills offense come back onto the field. They scored 2 touchdowns already, both of them by the quarterback rushing for Jaron Hayek. And frankly, I'm excited to see him come back.
Oh, my God. I mean, the things he did here in this third quarter already. And here, with 1:34 left in the third, obviously we're not trying to beat the clock here, but can they put another one up here in the third quarter and extend this lead?
Oh, man, hopefully we can. And Jaron Hayek back out on the punting team to receive the punt. Let's see if he's just able to get a touchdown here and extend this play even further.
Mr. Do-It-All, you never know.
Takes it, moves the punt, takes it, and it was partially blocked and is going to go out about the 44-yard line on Wayne Hill's side.
Jason Modak in on the pressure there, I believe, who got his hands on the ball.
Absolutely. Jason Modak been everywhere for this Wayne Hills team, and right now we are going to see a pretty dominant Wayne Hills offense come back on the field after a really good stop by a Wayne Hills defense. What are you expecting from them right now?
I'm expecting Wayne Hills to march right down the field here, put another score up, and make this a 3-possession game. Momentum is completely in their favor right now. It looks like they have Roxbury's defense read a little bit here, and let's see if they give Michael Joyce some more touches.
Absolutely. Michael Joyce actually moving out, passed it out to Michael Joyce with a couple blockers down the field, and is able to get a lot of yards and a first down at around the 45-yard line.
First play of the drive here, right into Roxbury territory. About 1:17 left here in the third, and the Patriots are moving the football again.
Talk about the Tony Romo psychic. I think you called it there.
Hey, you know what? If anytime you need me back in the booth, let me know. But this is just all Jaron Hayek right now.
Absolutely. Looks like it's going to be a timeout on Roxbury. So right now, this Wayne Hills offense coming on the field, being really dominant. Honestly, the one thing I really want to see, I want to see this passing game come into play, especially with Charles Njoku.
Absolutely, and if you want to forecast down the season, I'm sure Wayne Hills knows this, is that if you want to get deep into the playoffs and get back to Giant Stadium and win a state championship, you're going to have to be better in the passing game. And again, and as you mentioned it, we saw a big play by Njoku here in the third quarter. You'd like to see them air it out just a little bit more, but you know what? Jaron will get more comfortable as the season goes on. And I think the offense will just get better and better and better, and hopefully they hit their peak at the right time.
Absolutely. And, I mean, you talk about peaks. I mean, I think Michael Joyce hit it straight off and is just keeping up on that streak and is just going to stay hot the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And, again, we talked about the youth of this team. You have Njoku on the outside as your number one wide receiver who's a junior, Michael Joyce who's a sophomore, your quarterback Jaron Hayek who's a junior. I mean, this is a young Patriots team.
Also including on that list of really great players, Zach Zachman in on the slot. Really fast player, short, small, but is able to beat defenders with a lot of speed early and often. Jaron Hayek calls the snap, hands it off to Michael Joyce running down the right side of the field. Really good blocks from the offensive line and is able to go all the way down the field. A diving tackle made. Looks like he was taken out just before getting into the end zone. Great run and great blocks by this Wayne Hills offense.
Michael Joyce over the last 2 weeks has been known as a tough runner. He got to show his speed there as he breaks to the outside. Another great run by the sophomore. Wow.
Not only that, we're going to hear this name a lot for the rest of this game. Jason Modak. You looked right before Michael Joyce made a cut to the left and then back out to the right. Jason Modak making another great block on a really key defensive player.
Jason Modak is the one kid who will do all the dirty work for you. Again, in basketball, Jay, he may not show up in the box score, but he'll have 15 rebounds a night for the Patriots.
Absolutely. Jaron taking the snap, handing it off to Michael Joyce, trying to truck it in, and doesn't look like he's able to get in there. Looks like he stopped just right before the end zone. 50 seconds on the clock. Still winding down, 28-14 in the third quarter. Hopefully this Wayne Hills team can just try to drive it in for the touchdown with Michael Joyce.
Hey, if I was home playing Madden right now and I was calling my game, I'd give the ball right back to the running back after those last two. Let's see if Michael Joyce can punch this one in.
Absolutely, and hopefully he will be able to. Michael Joyce, a really good power back, but can also beat you with speed and with really good elusiveness. Jaron Hayek taking the snap, is actually going to run it himself. Is he able to get in? No, it does not look like he was able to get in. 13 seconds on the clock. Are we going to see a timeout here? Doesn't look like it, but it looks like they're just going to let the clock run out at the end of the third quarter. So great showing here by the Wayne Hills offense coming into the third quarter. What did they do? What do you think they did?
Again, I think it started with halftime. I think it started with the adjustments they made on both sides of the ball. Even in the third phase of the game in special teams, believe it or not, they put a squib kick on there. They dictated the field. They dictated the time of possession. They dictated the field. And again, Jaren Hayek has led the troops on both ends of it. Just, again, vintage Wayne Hills Patriots football. It's fun to watch.
Absolutely. Talk about fun to watch. Jaren Hayek running the ball, passing the ball. He's been amazing in this third quarter.
Again, what I love to see him, I love to see him air it out a little bit and catch Roxbury trying to pound the box. Again, took it to the inside, got to the outside. His speed is just absolutely deadly. And again, Jaren Hayek's just doing it all for the Patriots again. And Jason Modek on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. Not only on both sides of the ball, on special teams to be able to return for really long yards, able to put the offense in a really good position here. And we've been able to see a lot from him so far, and a lot of greatness coming out of Jaren Hayek in this second half.
Listen, I had a lot of fun up here with you guys. I see the Patriots pushing this one in right here on third down to give it a 3-possession lead. And then I actually think they're going to put one more up here, and I think we run away with this one and we start looking towards Ultapan next Saturday.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach, for your time.
Always a pleasure. It looks like Frankie Terranova is going to get here. It's a tough act to follow here, Frank.
Frankie, I hope you're ready to keep up with the psychic Tony Romo here, number 2.
Yes, sir. Coach Grimes, definitely intelligible, not only in basketball, but in every sport that he encounters.
And Jaren Hayek able to run it in for the touchdown. Jaren Hayek, another one in this second half already. He's been able to run it in 3 times in a quarter and barely the beginning of a fourth one.
Yeah, definitely Jaren Hayek, from what I've saw, my time away from the camera, he has just been doing, like Coach Grimes said, he's just been doing it all. Everything that this man can physically do, he has been doing tonight. He has come around for the Patriots, and Dario Cerny here looking to make it a full 3-possession lead. He's just been an all-around, the star of tonight, really. Last week it was Mike Joyce. Tonight it is definitely, without a doubt, Jaren Hayek.
Absolutely able to come in and take over this game completely after halftime, and the kick is good. And that will make it 35-14 here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So right now, you've been on a little bit of the sidelines here, able to take a break in any rule to really get a scene of what's going on so far. What's your assessment of coming into the fourth quarter here?
Well, from what I've seen so far is definitely a go-get-'em attitude from the Wayne Hills Patriots. I know that sounds really childish, but that's definitely the vibe I got. I was standing on the sidelines talking to some players. They definitely want they want this game more than anything. And you absolutely saw that after giving up that huge kickoff return. I was watching that and I was just like, what's going on? And then a tough drive after that offensively. They were just like, all right, we got to get our act together. Like, we're better than this. We were up 14. We were up 14 at one point. We got to get this back. And now they're sitting here up 21 and in a great position to win this game because this defense is just lights out. No, I don't see any way that this defense can let up 3 touchdowns in a quarter. Actually, 5 seconds left. So I think the Patriots have really locked this one up just by the sheer talent that they have. But also, like I said earlier, the attitude, the go-get-'em attitude that they've had since that kickoff return.
Absolutely, that go-get-'em attitude that you keep talking about, really setting in for this Wayne Hills Patriots. And right now, they've been doing great. I mean, they've been controlling the ball on both sides as Dario Cerny takes the kick. And it's going to be another squib. And he's going to make it out towards the left, but is going to be taken down before getting any really good yards about the 31-yard line. And hopefully this Wayne Hills team can really keep it up. That's what I'm hoping here. I'm hoping to see this Wayne Hills defense really come in and really just be able to keep control of this game.
Wayne Hills just did a great job on that kickoff return. Even though, yes, he fielded it around the 30, only got 3 yards on that. Great job by Wayne Hills.
Absolutely. And one of the key things here, Anthony Puntalillo, inside linebacker, very physical player, injured in the first quarter, pretty much almost at the beginning of the game. And we saw that position kind of not be able to handle the inside runs in the beginning of it. But right now, they've completely changed their tune. They're completely able to shut down the run. And hopefully that will continue into the fourth quarter. Able to take the snap. And it's going to be a run up the middle. Confused me there for a second. I thought it was a play action. But nope, just a plain old run up the middle to make it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting you before, but that linebacker spot is absolutely huge. And Puntula really had that locked up, like such a reliable guy. Now that he's out, they're going to have to find someone to definitely fill that hole, because the way he looked like coming off the field, I'm not sure if I see him coming back next week.
Absolutely, as Nick Donna lining up again. Takes the snap, keeps it for a pass. Out open, but overthrows it. And the pass is going to be incomplete to Anthony Perkas, number 12.
Problem there for Nick Dano. We've seen it all day. He's throwing across his body, solely relying on his left side to throw, and he's just not utilizing his whole body, solely going on the run. We've seen this from Jaron Hayek early on in the year, and Jaron seems to have fixed it, but Nick Dana, rookie quarterback here, getting his first start, definitely struggling right now.
Absolutely. Well, he's getting his first start over Donovan Brady, the senior, 5'11", 195 pounds, the captain for this offense, who unfortunately was injured previous to this game, as Nick Donna takes another snap, hands it off over to the left side of the field, and is going to be quickly taken down. It's going to be 4th and 5. So yet again, we see this Wayne Hills defense come out and again be dominant on the defensive side.
Well, that's what Wayne Hills has done for the past few years. The defense has just been 100% all there. I think for the past, 3 years, the defense has always been one of the best in North Jersey.
Absolutely. And of course, Wayne Hills ranked 50th overall in the state. Very high ranking, and they're showing why they have that ranking for a reason. Looks like the punting team coming on here for Roxbury, and Wayne Hills and Jaron Hayek out to receive the punt.
I'm expecting a fake here.
It
If
could
Wayne
be a
Hills
fake.
isn't, I think they're doing something wrong. Gotta be a fake here.
It's a high snap, and it is an actual punt. And it looks like it's going to be really far. A pretty good punt rolling backwards. It looks like it's going to be set about the 19, 20-yard line.
Looked like Wayne Hills was expecting a fake with how shallow Jaron was. Definitely preventing the big play if it was a fake.
Absolutely, and only to be able to start at the 20-yard line. Good field position. It could have gone for a lot farther, and it has done over their first punt. But luckily did not go that far, only about the 20-yard line. Wayne Hills offense coming back on the field. What do you think they're going to do in the fourth quarter?
Right now, this fourth quarter, they are just going to keep running the ball. If I see a passing play, I'd be thoroughly surprised. They're just going to eat up this clock.
Yeah, I think at this point you just start running the ball, winding the clock down, 9 minutes, 54 seconds, as there's a snap, and it is a handoff to Michael Joyce. He's able to avoid a couple defenders, but is taken down. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I think just keep up the aggressiveness, but keep it on the ground. Don't want to throw any interceptions, possibly change the game here. Definitely need to take control of the ball. Right now, Mike Joyce's really sole focus should be just holding on to the ball, and while doing that, just getting as many yards as he can. Because I think at this point, if they could score in this drive, make a 4-possession game, I think that 100% they win here. So
Absolutely. Jaron Hayek taking the snap, moving out to the right, throws it down the dirt. Was it complete?
it looked like it was. Yes, he did.
And he did get it. Good job by Charles Njoku there, able to dive for the catch. Again, another low ball by Jaron Hayek, but Charles Njoku able to come up with the catch there. Now, hopefully that low ball doesn't show up anymore. It's already shown up 4 times already in this game, so
Yeah.
hopefully that's the last one we see.
I was just about to say, Charles has been targeted a few times today, and every single throw has been low. Every single time. And finally, Charles was able to adjust and realize that his quarterback just isn't going to put it in his hands, and he had to make the athletic adjustment there.
Absolutely. Jaron Hayek takes the snap, hands it off to Michael Joyce, who is able to dive. Did he get the first down with the dive? And he did. It is going to be first down. Good run by Michael Joyce there, and able to extend for the extra yardage to be able to get the first down. And so far we've seen Michael Joyce take a pretty good portion of the carries in this fourth quarter. Jaron Hayek lining back up. in the shotgun formation. He's going to take the snap, hands it off to Michael Joyce again. And with a couple good blocks, is trying to truck through, but looks like it's just going to be another 2nd and 8. Really good job by Michael Joyce here so far, able to just consistently get to the extra yards that this Wayne Hills offense needs, especially right now, 7 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock in the 4th quarter.
Dario Cerny coming in on offense here.
Absolutely, and it looks like they're going to try something with him. Hopefully this is, one of those times where Dario Cerny can show why he's a captain on this offense just as well. It looks like Jaron Hayek is actually going to make a pass here. Looking down the field after rolling to the left to Zach Zachman, who was able to make a great catch at around the 47-yard line. Great first down and great eyesight by Jaron Hayek, able to roll out and make a great pass.
Now, I think not many people will notice there. Great move by Zach Zachman, even though he lost a few yards, to come back and bounce, just to step out, let the clock run, let them eat it up here.
Hey, frankly, the real problem here is that you got to let the clock wind down. We're almost at 7 minutes, and frankly, that was probably the better idea from Zachman, as the snap is gone and it's given to Dario Cerny, who was able to make a pretty good run here to make it about 2nd and 6. Good job by Dario Cerny there, his first carry of the game. In fact, the first carry in the past 2 weeks. Really good job by him.
So far, Wayne Hills has eaten up a few minutes on this possession. Not sure why they're working with a hard count here, trying to cause a penalty here, because I would just stop the clock.
Absolutely, but it's worth the risk. Jaron Hick hands it off to Dario Cerny again, and he is able to make some really good run yards here. Only his 2nd carry, and he's already able to get another first down. Great job by Dario Cerny.
This lineup for Wayne Hills is just full of absolute athletes. You see one position on their card, you might as well as add generally all of them, except for general like linemen. Like Dario cannot be a lineman, but someone like Dario could definitely be a running back for them. As you're seeing right now, he's doing a fantastic job for them.
Absolutely. Dario Cerny also a valuable kicker to this Wayne Hills team. Jaron Hayek takes the snap, hands it off to Dario again. And again, Dario is just making yards, is able to run down the right side of the field. Coming up with some amazing space coming outside for an amazing run. He's only had 3 carries on the game, and already he's made such an impact in the 4th quarter.
Wow. I'm kind of speechless. I know Dario's an athlete, but he's doing something right now. He is one of the best kickers in the state. And right now he's rushing like what's kind of similar to Luca Grave. I'm getting some glimpses of that for sure with the way he cuts, how he's pretty patient at the line and then finds the hole rather quickly. Just the way he trucks people, very similar to Luca Grave.
Absolutely. Jaron takes the snap, hands it off to Dario again. This time swallowed up at the line. Now Dario Cerny, you said he's got a lot of patience, almost like the one great NFL running back currently right now. Le'Veon Bell, exactly who I was thinking of. And right now, a lot of patience, waiting for those holes to open up, and as soon as they do, blasting through them with a lot of power and speed to be able to get straight through the defenses.
Yeah, Dario probably one of the stronger kickers in the state too. So the kicking position doesn't get a lot of respect, but Dario's forcing them to right now. Pass
Jaron
play
with
here
a
from
great
Jaron
pass, and it did not come down. Charles Njoku again with an incomplete reception. Now it's 3rd and 9. I don't really see why they would go for the pass there. I'd see they just go straight back to Dario.
Yeah, definitely the way he's been running. Either that or maybe switch it up and have Jaron just hold on to it and run. Either one, definitely. I don't think they could afford a pass here in the end zone like this.
Absolutely, especially if it gets intercepted. Jaron takes the pass and does hand it off to Dario Cerny, who does not take it for a lot of yards, but hold on.
This is something we'll see for, I guess. Now it makes sense. Someone who normally isn't a running back. We'll see things like this, unforced fumbles. It happens.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. He had a very good start,
For sure,
but
without a doubt.
unfortunately, I think that fumble is going to really degrade
Dang.
his play right here. And I mean, some really great starts, some really great play, but unfortunately was not able to hold onto the ball for that play there. Luckily, though, the fumble did happen instead of the middle of the field, all the way down into Roxbury territory at about the 10-yard line. So luckily,
Yeah.
the Wayne Hills defense will be in an amazing position.
Overall, that was a great possession. They wasted about 3 to 4 minutes on the clock, and now Roxbury only has just under 5 minutes to score 3 times. I think that drive right there, even though it did end in an unforced fumble, just really sealed the game right there.
Absolutely. Nick Donna taking the snap, handing it off again. Up the middle, moving out to the left, but is not able to gain many yards at all. Looks like it's just going to be 2nd and 9. And again, we see a Wayne Hills defense able to shut down the run, the one thing that Roxbury really loves to do. And luckily, it's working out for them pretty much almost every single time in the second half.
Yeah, the Wayne Hills defense, they know exactly what to do. They got so many strong guys back there. Matouk, Jaron, all the strong guys that you could find. Pete Delachai, Joe Rondi, I believe Bensi Polgar finds his way, Mike Krawchuk. Tons of guys that just absolutely obliterate offensive lines.
Absolutely. Movement to the left, a handoff out to the left. And it's going to be taken down. Riley O'Connor on the carry. Looks like he was able to get the first down with 3 minutes and 56 seconds left on the clock. And frankly, right now, unless they can pull out some really big plays, I don't see them coming back from a 3-touchdown deficit.
Yeah, if I'm Roxbury at this point, I may be trying something different, seeing for next week for them, because you got to assume this game is over for them and try and do different things to see maybe what went wrong. But they continue to just run the ball, as we see here, just a slow 2-yard carry.
Absolutely. Slow 2-yard carry, of course. It's actually going to end up at 2nd and 9. And it looks like they're kind of just going back to the same old here of just rushing the ball, trying to shove it down Wayne Hill's throats, but it isn't working as well as they want it to. With 3 minutes, 9 seconds on the clock, still winding down. And as any good coach knows, the game is never over until the clock hits 0, so there is potential for them to come back now, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Nick Donna taking the snap, looking for a deep pass, fires it out, but it's going to be way over the head of Michael Rumez. Pretty unfortunate there that he wasn't able to make the pass, but then again, really good for the Wayne Hills defense to be able to stop them from making that pass, as it's going to be 3rd and 9 in a great field position for this Wayne Hills defense.
One thing I've noticed is how Wayne Hills can just, like that, change the momentum of a game. Like we saw at Ramapo scoring, 20-something unanswered points, and tonight they have also scored 21 unanswered points, absolutely obliterating Roxbury here in the second half and just having them unsure of what to do.
Absolutely, and Roxbury right now just looking for answers. 2 minutes, 46 seconds on the clock with this game winding down. Nick Donna, hold on, we're actually going to get whistles on the side, and there's going to be a timeout called for Roxbury. 2:46 to go in this game. So right now, Frankie, what does this Wayne Hills defense have to do to completely shut out this Roxbury offense for the remainder of this game?
Just do what they've been doing. You know they're going to run it. So the defensive line doesn't even need to push that hard just in case they go to the outside. Like we saw a few times, Pete Delachai got straight into the backfield, but they just had to toss to the outside, so we just couldn't get anyone. Just wait back at the line of scrimmage and then meet them there. Have them come to you. And the cornerbacks here just prevent the big play. That's all they have to do here, and I think they have a solid win.
Pretty much. And right now, if I'm the Wayne Hills defensive coordinator, right now I'm looking towards the outside runs because we've seen that be pretty effective against this Wayne Hills team so far, especially with that last play by Riley O'Connor, able to get it to the outside of the field and able to get a first down. Haven't been able to get anything so far, but I'd be looking out for that, especially with 2 wide receivers out to the left. And again, 2 backs behind Nick Donna, who is going to actually keep it here, chuck it down the field, and it is overthrown to their receiver, and it is going to be 4th and 9. Frankie, here's the $100 question now. Are they going to go for it?
That's tough here. I feel like they should, but it's 4th and 10, and they're just so close. You don't want the score to be that bad. So I'd say they just punt.
Absolutely, and even if they go for it and they miss it, then that means that Wayne Hills is going to have really good field position when their offense comes onto the field. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left on the clock. And by the looks of it, the punting team is on the field. But there is nobody deep, so it looks like Wayne Hills is expecting a fake. And there's the call. It is punted down the field. Just trying to go for length. It drops at the 50. And it's going to roll all the way out to about the 39-yard line, which is still going to put Wayne Hills in a really good position here. And if anything, is going to put them in even good position to possibly run down the clock and then just be able to end this game.
Yeah, for sure. With 2:27 left, no passing plays. Just run it. Just beat it down their throats, and just let that clock run.
Absolutely. Just give it to Michael Joyce. Give it to Dario Cerny. Let Jaron Hayek do some running too.
Get to the point where Jaron Hayek could just take a knee in victory formation.
Absolutely.
And have the Patriots
frankly,
go 2-1.
Absolutely. And frankly, right now, if they can get into victory formation, the game is over.
Now the Patriots having 2 straight wins after coming back from a really tough loss in Ohio where they were absolutely shut out offensively. They got to be feeling pretty good about themselves here.
There's the snap, and it is going to be taken for about no yards here. Maybe some negative gain here, but it actually looks like Anthony Casasanta is on in place of Jaron Hayek right now at quarterback. Anthony Casasanta, the senior, 5'11", 175 pounds. One of the players that we expected to be quarterback, where instead Jaron Hayek took his position. So Anthony Casasanta, can you tell me anything about him?
Yeah, Anthony Casasanta, great kid, really athletic, but you have a guy like Jaron Hayek who just too much athleticism. I think part of this is also the mental decisions. Oh, wow.
Yeah, actually, it looks like
someone
a really
just
heavy
went
hit
flying
there. There's a
from
flag
Wayne Hills
down on the play. Anthony Casasanta trying to roll that to the right, but is not going to really get anywhere at all. And it looks like it is a personal foul on Roxbury. And as you can see by looking at their players, some of them are getting a little bit frustrated. Not really into the game at all. They know that they're going to lose. It's just a minute 35 on the clock. And right now, all Wayne Hills has to do is just wind down this clock, and the game is over. As you can see, Wayne Hills, 2 wide receivers out to the left, fullback and a tailback. As Anthony Casasanta calls for it, and they're just going to hand it off, but it's going to be taken way far down. Could be a face mask penalty if it is called. But no, there's not going to be any flag on the play by Michael Rasa, able to make the carry there. And by the looks of it, the clock is winding down, and that is most likely going to be the end of the game. Jaron Hayek back on the field. And right now, this game is pretty much over. There's really going to be nothing else gained. There's going to be nothing else taken. The game's over. It's 2nd and 15. Don't expect much. We're pretty much done here in victory formation.
Overall, I'd have to say this was a pretty good game, even though, yes, the Patriots have a 3-touchdown lead. The first half was definitely extremely exciting. Second half, not so much, unless you're a Patriots fan. But the first half was definitely a really great game. So I'm sure the Roxbury coach is feeling the same way that Ramapo did last week, having not played a full 4 quarters. So I think with this victory here, Wayne Hills has to be feeling pretty good going into the next week. And then after that, home against Pascack Valley.
Well, absolutely. And right now, Hills on a 2-game winning streak. They're doing really good right now. I think they keep the momentum going. I think they win the next couple of games. Hopefully they make it to the season finals. Hopefully they end up in that championship game once again, and hopefully they go on to win it all.
Yeah, the biggest thing I saw tonight was they added a dimension to their team, really. The passing game was more there than we've seen throughout the season so far. That just added a whole nother dimension. And I think with that, the Patriots can definitely get a bunch of wins and more than enough to get into the playoffs. And then they'll face some tough teams there. So how those stack up, we're going to have to see. But I really see the Patriots going to the playoffs this year, and it's going to be extremely exciting.
Absolutely.
So 2-1 right now. Dylan, anything else to
Absolutely.
add before
One
we go?
thing I got to add in real quick is respect for my man, Jaron Hayek. I mean, he came in the second half, and he ran this game. He did the exact same thing against Ramapo, where he came in and just dominated over that team. He dominated over this team in the second half. I'm expecting big things from him.
All right, well, that about wraps things up here from Patriots Stadium. Once again, your final score, 35 Patriots, 14 Gales. Don't forget our next live simulcast will be Friday night, October 6th, as the Patriots battle the Indians of Pascack Valley. So on behalf of everyone at Wayne Hills TV, I'm Francesco Terranova, joined by Dylan Orren King, with Jared Pohl here earlier, and special guest Kevin Grimes. Have a pleasant night, everyone.